Oh my goodness. Wow.
He might call.
Wow.
Oh, he folded.
Welcome everyone. We're here for another GG Millions very special show today. We have a unique setup today. We got a guest, a world champion, not in poker, in kickboxing. Rico Verhoeven is in the house. Rico, how are you, my friend? How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. Coming fresh out of a title defense last Saturday, so I'm feeling good. Feeling good.
I love
feeling
it.
Excited. Happy to be here.
I love it, man. It's been great to connect with you. I know you have interest in poker. You've wanted to dive more into the game. Obviously, you've conquered the kickboxing, hailing out of the Netherlands, and looking to get a little bit more into poker. So we're very honored to have you here today. Congrats on your win. We'll talk more about that and how much you've dominated kickboxing for the length you have. Obviously, again, poker, you've played some. You like to play with your friends. You have a good time, but you're not yet dove into much of the tournament poker streets today. We're going to get to show you the world's best. We're going to be playing with the world's best. We're going to see those players at the table. We're going to get you to learn about them. We got a lot of familiar faces here today, as well as the champion from last week. We're going to go ahead and look at that hand, the winner who is here, I believe, at the final table again with the big stack. A player you might not be as familiar with, but is an online crusher. You can see pretty impressive stuff. 80 appearances, has 3 titles, and here is just last week when he did get the win, as he can see the queen 4 of diamonds playing there, covering Nikita, who is, as you can see, flops a flush draw and a straight draw with an overcard. So a pretty good flop here, as he is going to be playing for the title when he is covered. It's always nice, right? It's nice when you cover your opponent, nice when you have more chips, get to put pressure. If you end up losing the hand, you're still in. And in this case, he does have the bigger stack and has a nice hand. He's going to go ahead and kick it up, raise, put pressure on. He does have queen high, but has a massive draw here, as we can see. How much tournaments have you played? You said not many tournaments, more cash games, correct?
Yeah, I think a few small tournaments. Ooh.
Yeah, look at that. Pretty fair fight. I mean, he does have open-ended. He doesn't want that 10. That does make the queen the straight, and you can see bricks out there as the queen 4 diamonds does win, and that was our last hand from last week with Voldemort, who was actually in second place today. So I mean, I'm sure you feel that, right? When you feel in boxing, kickboxing, when you got momentum, people are a little scared of you. You get in good form, you're just kind of tough to play against. And this is what we're seeing here from Voldemort, who is back in second position today at the final table, as he gets a title, his 3rd at that. In there. How many titles do you have? Give us a little insight on your kickboxing career. How many world championship titles do you have?
I defended my title for the 12th time this Saturday. Wow. So I've been kickboxing world champion for the last decade.
Man,
I'm on a consecutive 25 win streak. So it's never been done before in the kickboxing world and kickboxing history. So we're still writing history. I love it. I love it.
It's great to hear, and you can see some history here. There's a look at the all-time ranking. Pretty impressive titles. This is not a 1v1 matchup. These are guys, you can see the 150 field size to win 10 times with 150, 200, 250 players in the field. Just really impressive stuff. Some of these names, again, you'll get to know a little more. These are sort of more newer school guys. I know you said you know some of the old school poker names you've seen on TV, like Helmuth and Daniel Negreanu. Some of these guys, these are some of the newer age guys that are crushing this from all over the world. There is players here you can see that are just absolutely, putting up big numbers, big earnings, big purses, and taking down titles as some impressive numbers here. No one.
You guys also go into tournaments in like live tournaments, and not just online tournaments?
Yes. So these stats you're seeing here, this is from GGPoker, this site that we're going to see on today, who bought World Series of Poker just now in August for $500 million. So this is just for online GG in this one particular format, this 10K buy-in, which is again like the Champions League of Poker. But yeah, the live right now, WSOP going on in the Bahamas. That is they have live events. They just had a 500K buy-in tournament. They have other size buy-ins, and then in Vegas, of course, the WSOP June and July. That goes on every year. So those are live, but this is strictly for online. And this particular tournament had 150 entries, where the top 9 now remain. 45K to first, 325K going to first place, 45K for ninth. So that's what we're going to get to watch today, again from Sunday now paused final table live, slight delay as we get to see that. So I don't know what yeah, it's fun, man. It's different. It's a little different than the one-on-one. You got a lot of people at the table. You're always battling, and it's a little bit of a different setup than the sport you're used to, but it's exciting nonetheless, right? It is fun. At some point it does get 1v1, right? To win it all, you do have to beat someone heads up for the title, and we're gonna get to watch 100%. That as well today.
Like you said, all those stats we just saw, like, whoa, those are pretty impressive, and also impressive numbers that they're making. So good earnings. So it's so cool to be here and excited to see the final table. So let's I'm ready to see everybody and get to know everybody. So tell me more about them.
Yeah, well, we're gonna do that. We're gonna absolutely run through the final 9 here. That's again a new addition to the show. We're doing the pregame here as we see our winning hand we already saw last week, and now looking at number 9. I mean, this is this guy on GGPoker alone has over 12 million in earnings. You can see, so he's made just on GGPoker, not counting live, not counting any other sites, over 12 million. He has 2 wins in this particular GGMillion, 9 final tables on 50 appearances. Pretty insane in the money. He's cashing a lot, and he's got a lot of appearances, a lot of reps, and I haven't seen him for a while, but this is Joshua McCauley, and we will get to see him again today on the short stack. Now it says 7 big blinds. That means whatever the big blind starts at, he only has 7 big blinds, which is very short. So he is in 9th place today. He's gonna have to get lucky. He's got a lot of work cut out for him, but he is at least guaranteed 9th place. So let's take a look at our 8th place contestant, someone that I actually don't know, Hotel de Paris. Nice name there. He has not a real name. He's using a username, and we do not have any really info on him. You can see 0 appearances, 0 cashes. So this is his first time playing, and he is at the final table. So let's see if he can get a little beginner's luck and knock down a bigger score with 9 big blinds. He is our 8th place contestant today, someone we won't know as much about. Let's go to our 7th place contestant today, who is in there, and this is someone I know well. My wife's Brazilian. I love Brazil. All the Brazilians out there watching in the YouTube chat, say hello. Boa sorte, boa tarde, good to see you. And this guy is an absolute super crusher, 3-time winner on GGMillions, has multiple World Series bracelets, $16 million in earnings on GGPoker alone. So this is a guy I know very well. He's been on my podcast, a friend of mine, and he is also hailing from Brazil. Look at that, 171 appearances. That means for almost 3.5 years of Sundays, he's participated in this tournament, and this 171 appearances is a crazy number, maybe the most I've seen. 44 cashes, 3 wins, 26 final tables, and he only has 10 big blinds today. So again, underdog, but a lot of experience, and if you double up, you get moving, you can really, things can happen. But he is in 7th place at the moment, has a lot of work cut out for him. Hello to Yuri out there. Good luck to you, my man. And we will go to our next player, Andrew Wilson. This is someone, again, know a little bit less about. 41 appearances, 6 cash, only once seen him on the GGMillion final table. 1.3 million earnings on GG, and again 24 big blinds in the England all-time money list, 75th, and he did finish 2nd, however, at that final table. So getting a nice score again, just like kickboxing, boxing, prize money right at the top, very big. That's where it's at, if you get that title fight. But if you kind of you get to a final table, you get 9th. The big difference between 2nd, 3rd, 1st, and 9th, similar to if you're on the top card of kickboxing, I'm sure, right? There's undercards.
To enter this tournament, you have to pay $10,000, right?
$10,000 buy-in. There are satellites options for $500, $100. I think even you can step away and sort of satellite in. But yes, you have to pay $10K or try to win a satellite for less and beat out a bunch of people. But yeah, $10K entry, and that comprises the prize pool here today of the $1.5 million that they're breaking up between the 9.
And as far as you know, all the people that are in the final table tonight are like pros. They do this on a weekly basis.
I mean, look, I'd say the majority, yes, but they're definitely amateurs. There are people that do enter that are unknown, like this. Again, this player, I know, I wouldn't classify this as an amateur. Someone who maybe plays a little less. The guy who we saw in 8th, Hotel de Paris, never been on before, may have satellited in, may have whatever. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I'd say the majority are very high professionals, but there is definitely amateurs and unknowns playing. Like the guy yesterday in the Bahamas, they had a $500,000 buy-in entry, and he is a very good player, but he's a rapper, Lebastian Hardcore his name is, and he took it down for 12 million, and there was the best players in the world, and then he is not a day-to-day pro, but he won that tournament out of, I think it was like 94 total entries or 98 entries. He took first place for 12 million, and he beat, you know, some of the best pros in the world. So that's what's kind of nice. I'm not going to hop in the kickboxing ring with you. That's probably not going to go well for me, but you could hop in and we could play poker, and, you know, you could definitely win, right? There's a little more of a gap, right? There's some more element of luck, and you can compete with anyone, and on any given day you have a shot, right? It's not just strictly about, you know, that's not going to work for kickboxing with most people viewing to play with you, I don't think. But poker, we could have some fun. So that's Andrew Wilson. That is our 6th place. Let's hop over to James Hopkins, again, someone who don't know quite as much about, but he has been here. 2nd final table, 10 appearances, and he is also took 4th place online in the GGMillion in the big one there. 26 big blinds, and most of his earnings coming from this particular tournament. Now, this is, again, someone who I don't know much about, but I would imagine he's playing for fun. It looks like he's almost only playing the GGMillions, right? He doesn't, all his earnings except for 100,000 are from this particular 10K buy-in. So it looks like he's just hopping in, playing the 10K, you know, maybe on a Sunday, having fun. And, you know, here he is, another final table. And let's see how he fares. I have no experience playing with him live, and I'm not as familiar. Looks like hailing from Ireland there, as we see. And we'll go to our next one, Dominique Nietzsche. Now, this is someone that has been around poker for a long time. He is got an insane amount of earnings. I mean, just to give you an idea, there's some poker players that have 50, 60, 70 million dollars in live tournament earnings. So Dominique Nietzsche, he is one of those that I'm gonna have to double check it, but he has a absolute crazy amount of earnings. He also had the guy who just won the main event for over 10 million at the WSOP last year. He was coaching, and he's a very high profile player that has an app as well, sort of for training, DTO. And yeah, he has over 20 million in earnings in live poker alone. So one of the favorites today, although he does have, I think he took 2 runner-ups that we saw at the 2 final tables that he's played here. And you can see not a ton of earnings on GG, but has a lot of online live earnings from other places, and 37 big blinds. Plenty of chips to play today. Maybe a name you've heard of, but he is one of the best players in the world for sure, and a lot of respect going to be garnered. Have you heard of him or no? I know you're not, like, you only know some of the names.
Yeah, no, I only know some of the names, so I haven't heard of him. But
Yep.
like you just told me the stats, he has a bunch of experience. So
Yes.
I'm really excited to see what he's up to today.
Yeah, he's a tough player, going to be fun to watch. And again, 37 big blinds, not a ton of chips, but definitely has a playable stack. And I look to have him be one of the favorites. Let's go to our next player, Jack Johnson 9, someone that we have seen took down a tournament not too long ago. You can see he won on November, the first week in November. So just about a month ago, 44 big blinds, $1 million on GG in earnings, and 355 of those coming from his win here at the GGMillions. We're also going to get to see a hand of his. We're going to watch one of the hands from Sunday that he played. Let's go ahead and take a look at a hand that Jack played from this past Sunday. This will give us a little warm up into the action today. As you can see, this was again from Sunday, blinds 15K 30, 9-handed, or I believe what's 8-handed, right? It's 8-handed right now, 8-handed full ring on GGMillion. So he's got ace queen off in the big blind. Good hand, a tricky hand to play, but a nice hand. He's in the big blind, and let's see what happens here. We might test you a little here, Rico. See what you think on this hand. Let's see what the action is before the hand. So it folds to the button. And so far, you're feeling good about ace queen now. No early position raises.
I'm feeling good.
Yeah, you feel confident. Should have the best hand here. Now even more confident. Only one player left. You're in small blind, big blind. Let's see if this player limp raises or what he does here. All right, so he's going to go all in.
And this is the final table?
This is before the final table. We're watching a replay of Sunday that got us here. Let's see. It's a close spot. I mean, it's a big hand, but it's for all your chips. It's pretty close, though.
Yeah. I don't know. I think,
Oh, he's going to call, and look, he does have the best hand. Ace-6 off, shoves it in, and needs a 6 or some running diamonds, or else he's going to be out.
Let's go!
Yeah, 100%. You can see the percentages there underneath the flag. So that turned it on the turn. It was dead, 100%. Jack Johnson makes a good call. I mean, again, blind on blind, ace queen, a strong hand, but when it's for your tournament life, it's a lot of pressure. He makes it, and he does take it down. So that is a big pot. You can see one of the reasons why he does have the stack he has. That was towards near the final table. He made the correct call, and still you got to hold though, right? Ace-6, you're not a guarantee to win. He does take that pot down, and you can see left the other player with just 2,000 chips, basically all in there. That is a look at Jack Johnson going for it there, gets rewarded. He is our third place contestant. Now let's take a look at our second place contestant, Valdemir, someone with 6.6 million in earnings, half of those just about coming in GG Millions. And what do we say? He won last week. This is the player, wins last week, and here he goes, 150 entries. He's in second again here, looking for another win in obviously very good form. And you see that starting stack, 83 big blinds. Such a difference on our short stack and 7 big blinds. When you have more chips, you can open more, you can call a little lighter, you can put more pressure on people. It is a very big advantage when you have a big stack in poker at a final table. So again, let's take a look at one of the hands he played. We just got to see a hand from his win last week where he won with the Queen 4 of diamonds, and here it is, nice. A pair of 4s on the button. We're gonna let Rico talk us on this one, what happens. Let's see the action before.
Yeah, pair of 4s feels good. Yeah. He's on the button, so he's in a good place. So I think if nothing crazy happens, I think a little raise would be nice, just to see where we're at.
I like it. I like it. We're aligned, man. Look at you. You talking about position. I thought you were a rookie. You already know. You're saying good position.
Come on, bro.
Natural. 2 4s on the button. He opens it up. I like that. You were aligned on the play. And then let's see the big blind here. If he's going to call or raise, I guess we're going to at least see some action. Definitely not folding, it looks like. If he okay, so he's going to raise. Now this gets a little trickier. What do you like here?
I would maybe call once. Let's see what the flop brings, because we still have some chips to play with. So I would maybe call once and see what the flop has in store for us. Let's see what he does.
Okay, so he is alive.
Let's go. Let's
a set. Hey, no set, no bet. It's hard to make a set. 8.5 to 1 about to flop a set. He flops basically the nuts, only losing to 5s and queens. Unlikely your opponent would raise 5s there. So you basically have the nuts. You have flopped your set. It's a very hidden hand. You unblock top pair. You're in a great spot. So player leads out. What do you like here? Call or raise?
I would call. Just to keep him on the flow. Let's keep him excited.
Wow, I thought I was gonna have a long day. I thought I was gonna be talking the whole show. You know what's going on here. Exactly. I love it. Just call. That's nice. Set the trap. Under rep your hand. It's a little bit of a scary board. There is a flush draw, but again, you feel very confident. You're hoping he has kings, aces, ace, queen, or you let your opponent bluff. So all right, so now let's see what this player comes with here on the sizing. And you can see the stack to pot ratio. So the term you may not be familiar with, it's a SPR of 1. The player does go all in. Look at that. He raised with the Queen 4 off, flops top and bottom the missionary, and now just has to fade a queen. He does it, and that is a massive pot. What a nasty. That is a case 4. Super crazy that's the flop. Unlucky. The player made an aggressive move with Queen 4 and then flopped well, but was drawing close to dead. Needed a queen only. And Baltimore, who was our our winner last week, is in second now with 82 big blinds. But our guy here, it sounds a little bit similar to your name. His name is Revo John. The Revo _ John. He's got I don't know much about him. I can tell you this. He's got 6 million chips right now, which is just crazy. 7 appearances, 0 final tables, 0 wins, but he comes in with 150 big blinds. I'm going to go ahead and unofficially say that's a record to have that many chips at this stage. So, again, you see that, Rico, you see how the 7 blinds, 9 blinds, 9 blinds, those are 3 very short stacks because this guy has so many chips. So this is this is a huge advantage based on his appearances. No cashes, no final tables. It looks like he's playing big boy poker, putting a lot of pressure, and he is your chip leader today. Let's take a look at one of the hands he played, as he has ace 10 suited, hailing from Canada, at least for the residency, rocking the flags. You see everyone with their flag there. We got an international group here today, Rico. You see Austria, Estonia, UK, Macedonia, Brazil, Canada. So I mean, this is what I tell you. This is world. This is the real deal. This is the creme de la creme. This is it, man. You're international out here. This is serious. So all right, Vogel saying world class player, one of the best, some crazy amount, 30-40 million in lifetime earnings live. He is gonna go ahead and open it up. What do you like with ace 10 suited?
Yeah, I think it's just like a call. I think I would also like call the 40. 40 is good. Nothing too crazy. It's a good playable hand, so let's but you're in a position like still 3 people behind you, so I wouldn't raise that, because or else you get a re-raise or whatever, you get yourself into trouble. So a good call, that 40 would be nice.
Nice, exactly. I'm with you. It's like it's a little too good if you 3-bet and you full and they get re-raised, it sucks. So it's like kind of falls in that category of wanting to call, not raise. So all right, 10-4-4, good flop. You're losing the jacks, losing the queens, losing the kings. You block aces. Pretty good flop though, right? You're beating 9s, 8s, 7s, and you got to feel pretty confident here. You are in position as well. So a lot of things working for the ace-10 suited. Let's see how Christoph Vogelsang proceeds.
I'll probably do a small bet here, just to see what because he was the pre-flop aggressor. So just see where we're standing.
Yep. No, I think this makes sense. Again, a hand a little too good to check back. If you get check raised, it's a little dicey, but you still want to be betting here. Want to get protection against a jack, queen, king. Also, again, 9s, 8s, 7s, 6s may not just fold, get some value, or even get them to raise. So he gets check raised. What do you think here?
Well, I think we have some chips, so I think at least we could give it a call and see what the turn brings.
Yeah, I think the flop, when we're betting, it's too good to bet fold. Certainly not betting the fold. We're betting for value. We get raised. Now we're a little cautious.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's nice. Again, now you're blocking aces. Unlikely opponent has aces. So you're losing to kings, queens, jacks. You feel pretty good about everything else. So let's see, though. Again, when you get check raised, it doesn't feel great, and you're a little worried. Probably going to defense mode here. Imagine just going to call pretty big bet from Vogelsang. So now if you call the 240, the pot is going to be it's going to be big, and now the river that's the hard part. You call here, the river's a brick. Do you call all in or not? This is where you get paid the big bucks to make decisions. You call, look at the pot. It's about set up. Vogelsang, he's an architect, constructs himself a river size pot shove. I mean, you don't have to worry about the flush, right? You beat flushes with the full house, but you do worry about jacks, queens, kings. And I'm just trying to think if Vogelsang shoves, what hand he's repping here. And wow, he's going to go for it against Revo. And I'd be honest with you, have a hard time making this call. It's tough, right? You're beating only bluffs. You lose to jacks, queens, kings, the combinations of that. And other than that, you're probably good. But we're going to, as he's chip leader.
The thing is, like, would he check? Would he check on if you would have, exactly. Would he check if he had jacks, queens, or kings after the flop? So the flop came, he was the pre-aggressor pre-flop, and then he checks. Like, I don't know. I think he would have kept the pressure, and then of course, then he thinks I'm gonna raise and see how scared he is. No, he calls. Then he gets the turn. He gets the flush draw. He thinks like, okay, let's go. And now he has this problem. He loses all his chips.
Yeah, it's pretty sick. I mean, if he has jacks or queens, kings, he's probably going to take this line, check raise, put a 10 in a really difficult spot. I'm a little surprised that he shoved the queen jack suited on the river for value there, or maybe if he's bluffing, like repping queens or jacks. Like, it's a little bit of a strange hand because I think it's player dependent. You have to think, will a player fold a 10? Do you get a 10 to fold? And otherwise, I'm a little. It's interesting, right? Because again, you lose a flush. It's a strong hand, but not when the board's 4-4-4, 10-2. You lose to any full house. So I don't know. It's an interesting hand. I'd like to understand if Vogelsang was targeting to make a boat fold, or if he was shoving for value. I don't know what would call that's worse, but very interesting hand. So yeah, we'll go ahead and take a look then at the odds, as we got to see the chip leader play a big pot, and you can see 2.84 to 1. So many chips, not a ton of experience at the GGMillions, but that is something that, again, when that big a lead, you can see saying 2.84 to 1 favorite. And we'll do a little bit of a game here. How about we each pick 3, play for a dinner for fun on who wins or loses. I'll let you pick. You get first pick. Who do you think's going to win today?
Well, yeah, like you said, Revo John has so many chips. I think he's just gonna at least bully the first of the last 3 out. So I'll go with him as my number 1 pick.
Okay, I like that. I'm gonna go chalk myself. Voldemort, who won last week, so much experience, 3 titles. I just I like him. Obviously, the next biggest stack, and I think he's in great form. So I'll take Voldemort for my first pick. You got next.
I think my second pick. I don't know him, but you were talking really highly about him, so I would go with Dominic.
Yep, nice. You scoot over Jack. I like that. Dominique, he was just in the chat, chatting on YouTube. Looks like he's down in Bahamas as well. Again, 20 million plus earnings and an absolute crusher. I'm gonna also jump around a bit. I'm gonna take Yuri. Again, wife's Brazilian, 2 half Brazilian boys. Love Brazil, love their energy, love the country, and Yuri just an absolute great guy, great player. Gonna go down to Yuri for my second. Who's your third?
Let's go with a little bit of underdog. I'll just go with Andrew. Let's go, Andrew. He still has some a little bit of stack, which when he shoves he can like double up. He still can make some impact. So yeah, let's do that, because the other last 3 are just like too small. 10 big blinds, 9 7s. Doesn't make any sense.
You know what? I'm gonna play. I'm not gonna go up to Jack. I'll play ball with you. I'll go with Josh McCulley. I've seen him. Used to play a lot when I played online. Battle with him. Tough player. He has 12 million in earnings on GG, and he also has 2 titles. Something that you can't. You know how it is. It's hard to win, right? To get a title, to actually finish, to win. There's something in that. He has 2 of those, and I will go with a 2-time winner there. That'll be my long shot, guys. So 3 for you, 3 for me, and we will then give the audience the remainder. I got giveaways, $50, $100 tickets going to be awarded at some point in the show. Towards the end, you must be subscribed to the channel, must hit the thumbs up. And again, I'll have a tweet out for you guys, 50 in cash coming up here in a minute. Shout out to Corbin, shout out to Dave watching as well. And we are going to be, again, we're going to talk a lot about the match today, but I also want to talk about your kickboxing career and have you ever been the underdog, or when you've defended your title with these 12-time champ, or 13 is it now? Have you been the underdog ever, or you been the favorite each time?
I actually was the underdog. I think it was about 10 years ago. So I came into a tournament. It was a 4-man tournament. I came in as a youngster, and like I said, I was really the underdog, and I beat the 2 favorites. So in the first round, I beat the first favorite, and then in the final, because in the other fight the favorite won, and I met the other favorite in the final, and I beat him as well. So that was crazy. Call me the Cinderella man that night.
I love it. How old are you now?
I'm now 35.
35. All right. Well, that's you're right. That's crazy. That's a long stretch to be at the top and dominate there. And again, we'll be talking more about your career as well as sort of your poker experience. I know, again, you said you play for fun. You seem to know what you're talking about. You're already dropping position and dropping some stats, and you've been aligned on what I would do in these spots. So we're going to be taking a very short break, and then we will be back to call the action. We're going to get to see the seat draw, which is fun. They take the 9th place stack picks first, and it goes. So if you have the chip lead, you get to get the last pick position. Obviously a big factor in poker. You get to pick your seat at the table, watch the players take their draw. We're going to be hearing from Daniel Negreanu and about the WSOP Bahamas that is going on right now, and we will see you guys back in 5 minutes to call the action here for the final table. We'll see you guys in a few minutes.
Do it.
In case you haven't noticed, we're into breaking records at the World Series of Poker. Bigger and better is just how we roll. We did it this summer, as you saw, with the main event. Speaking of the main event, the WSOP just had a super idea for this year's WSOP Paradise in the Bahamas. For the first time ever, WSOP will host the super main event, a $25,000 buy-in with the biggest guarantee in the history of poker. Wait, is that number right? 50 million? What? 50 million? You guys are nuts, for real. Huge prize pools, massive water slides, fun for the whole family, and the chance to hunt bracelets with the beautiful backdrop of the Bahamas beaches just a few sandy footsteps away from the poker room. 15 bracelets will be on the line with buy-ins ranging from $2,500 up to $1 million. Yes, you heard that right, a $1 million buy-in. The WSOP has partnered with the Triton Millions to bring the largest poker tournament in WSOP history back home. So what are you waiting for? Come make history with us again at WSOP Paradise.
All right, we're fresh off the pregame. It is the December 10th edition. Rico Verhoeven in the house. Again, world champion kickboxer for over a decade, holding that title. And we will be talking to him more about that. But today, again, we just broke down the final table with some big names. 9 titles amongst the players. Everyone here guaranteed $45K, $325 to the winner. 150 contestants from Sunday play. We pause down to 9, get to see who gets to take home the money, the glory, the title, as we see some multiple players have won more than one in 150 big blinds. I don't think I've seen it. That is the most I've seen. Huge lead for Revo John. A little bit of an unknown here, has not been at a final table before. Some of the bigger names are shorter. Let's see how it plays out. We're going to get to see the seat draw right here. Again, you see that? This is what happens on GG when you make a final table. You get to see the seats flashing. 9th place goes first. They put where they want to go. And then obviously the chip leader gets to go last, which is a nice advantage because usually they go directly on the left of the next biggest stack or strategically place themselves amongst some of the other good players where their seats are. But I think that won't have too many surprises how the seats play out today. The likely second and first, there's such big difference on the others. Revo likely will find his way to the left of Voldemort. But you ever seen this before? You ever seen the position final table? It's kind of a new feature on GG. They do that.
No, this is fun. This looks nice.
Yeah. It's a little difference, a little bit of a incentive to be chip leader. You get to go ahead and have that extra advantage where you get to pick your seat last, which is definitely matters at a final table. Yeah. As we see them doing that right now, we'll see if there's any surprises. And Dominique now, as we mentioned, one of the more prestigious players here, 20 million live earnings. He is going to select his seat. He swaps over there to the left at the moment of Joshua McCulley, who is our short stack with 6.7 big blinds. And here we go. Revo John, as we see Voldemort, second stack, he's trying to figure out where to go. He is going to go there to the left of Jack. And now, interesting, Revo, will he just go where Andrew is? Yep, there it is. He is going to take Andrew's seat. As you see, those are the jockeying for positions. And the button is with Voldemort there as we will get underway here. And again, play to a winner. No deal making. Sometimes you are able to make a deal where they take the ICM. You make a deal if players agree. You can break up the prize money with certain players left. But at the GG Millions, it is pure. There is no deal making. The prizes are set. There's no negotiating once it gets shorter and people can, usually have that option. Here we play for a winner straight up. And Josh now with deuces, early position, little bit of a tough spot. You're incentivized to gamble, but you also, deuces aren't that fun. If you get called, you're going to be flipping or 4-1 at best. What do you think here, Rico?
Nah, I would fold him. In the position that he's in right now, I would fold him. I would wait for a better hand to,
Me and you are aligned, but he's thinking about it. He says good luck, and he does.
Please, I'm gone.
gives it. He thought he gave the pump fake that he was gonna go, and he did fold. It actually would have worked. He would have got it through, but again, it's risky. And now we see Revo go ahead and put the pressure on. And again, something those that are familiar with the show, we talk about a lot, but Rico, it's called ICM. The independent chip model, ICM pressure. So, as the short stacks here, if you're kind of one of the shorter, you don't want to go out. You don't want to put your chips at risk. So you get to get a lot of pressure from a big stack put on the shorter stacks. Because someone who's in, let's say, 5th place, 6th place, doesn't want to go out now, doesn't want to risk going out when there's such short stacks. So this is a very strong hand, tier 1 for Revo John. He's going to open the button with ace king suited and does not get any resistance as he does.
In this last hand, I just saw Dominic fold a pair of 5s. We're not even checking out the flop. So is that like the tournament strategy for that? Oh, again, now Jack has also 5s. Let's see what he does with it.
He knows he's got a really tough seat because he's got the 2 big stacks to his direct left. And let's see if Revo is going to want to give him a hard time here with 3s or let him pass. So he does get out of the way. And Hotel de Paris with a very nice hand. Yeah, he's short. It's the thing is there's no fold equity. He knows he's getting called. He knows there's 2 other very short stacks. So he decides if he wants to go or not. It is enough hand. He does go with it. And as it turns out, it's going to be a fair fight as 2 5s versus ace 10 suit, about as close as it gets. Pretty even here, 50-50 roughly, and an important pot for the other short stacks. Let's see how this plays out as we get a 7, 8, 9. Pretty even. There's a 10, needs a 5 and a 5 only on the river. There could be some chops though. It is a 7. So, all right, the short stack takes a risk, gets rewarded, wins the flip, and will double up. So there is our first all-in and first double up of the day. Hotel de Paris does get the double up there. So good, nice. You said you'd go with it. He went with it. Pretty close spot. I think ultimately, a good decision. And he does take a chance. And now let's see if that's going to pan out well for him as he is back from the shortest. He's no longer one of the shortest. He has a little more chips to play with now.
Fold.
5-6 suited. These are tough hands to play. Ace-5 off in the big blind. It's one of those where, look, you're actually dominating. You got a good hand, but can get tricky. Like here, this is a spot where you are going to get bluffed a lot, right? You're out of position. It's hard, even if you flop an ace, to play a big pot. You don't feel super comfortable. And here, a 5-6 suited does flop a gut shot straight, and it's going to just get it done versus Dominique there. Nice hand for Voldemort. All right, so far, no knockouts. Couple of opens, a takedown, and then one raise, all in and a call as we see. Welcome everyone to the stream. Watching all over the world. We got a very international final table. I don't know if anyone's even from the same country. Where we got Brazil, Canada, Ukraine, to Canada. Okay, and then we have some different international. A couple of flags. I'm not even sure. I think that's what's that one? Your European flags. You're a little stronger,
No clue,
probably with the.
No clue.
Yeah, there's they usually put it up there for me. I don't want to misrepresent a couple of those, but we've got a very international crowd as Voldemort goes to work. Ace-7 off, no resistance, takes it down. He is off to a nice start, picking up a few pots here.
Rico, you might call, yeah.
You know what I like about this though, Rico? What I like about watching final tables and watching whole cards up, you get a good feel for what hands are. It's hard. You see, it's very, you get aces, kings once in a while, but you can see so many times players are playing, not great hands. You get a lot of bluffing, a lot of opportunity to open, play modest hands. And here, ace jack suited, tough spot, knows the chip leader is going to be opening wide, and he does go ahead and rip it in and is going to get that through, it looks like. Yeah, too much to call there. Revo, again, I think Revo, we're going to get to see play bully, play table captain, going to be opening a lot of hands from a lot of different positions as Voldemort with 9s under the gun, going to go ahead and open. And Revo, queen 10, a lot of players behind, not going to get involved there.
Dominic. Maybe just call it, right? The 5s, did you think? Or just fall? Yeah, I don't know.
It's very close. I think so. Dominique, again, very comfortable post flop, willing to make folds, feels that it's unlikely that there's going to be an aggressive action behind, decides to come in flat. I think, not every player is going to call there, but he does call. And now Valdemir, not much more to call. He's a little worried about Dominique flatting, but I think 9s against this, again, it's a short stack. It's too few chips to get out of the way, but a little bit uncomfortable with Dominique behind. So he does go ahead and make the call. See if Dominique's going to get out of the way or
lay it out. Yeah, lay it out.
It's kind of enticing closing the action to call here and understanding that he may get to showdown because the Valdemir is not going to be incentivized to be bluffing. He might get to see 5 cards for that 230. Let's see what he does here. This is very interesting. He does call.
But this flop just killed him.
Neither player with 9s or 5s like it. Yuri can't believe it. He might actually get a full triple up here. He's got to fade running diamonds, which would make a flush for Voldemort higher than Dominique's, a 9 or a 5 with the 2 cards to come. So there it is, though. Boom. Hits the 9, set on the turn, 0% for Yuri, barring a somehow crazy bluff that's not going to happen in this scenario, that Dominique would bluff and he would win. But yeah, it's not unlikely that's going to be the end for Yuri. Almost certainly there's really no scenario unless, again, Dominique decides to randomly, not going to be the case here. That's going to be a 0% tough spot for Yuri, tough turn. And again, great player. Hits the ace, trips not enough though. Aces with king jack, kicker, and the 9s make a full house, 9s full aces. So good game, respect again. Yuri goes out. That was one of my picks, and he is on the 9th place finish, takes 45K to his impressive resume. We are down to 8.
Ooh. Ace-8 suited. That's nice. Joshua is going to get in trouble. Just has a few more chips. Big blind call.
Ooh,
Ooh,
two pair.
top
Damn.
two. Very
Yes.
nice spot for him.
Yeah.
Ace-8 suited, James. Going to get
Just
out
check.
flop big
Yeah.
time here. Needs runners. Does have backdoor spade draw and backdoor flush. Backdoor flush draw and backdoor straight draw. So, I mean, he may take a shot here against the big blind range. Does check back and picks up a gut shot. Jack-7 now, the chip leader. Going to...
Bet probably.
Yeah, he's going to start betting. Almost certain. He also knows that the player probably never has 8-9 suited. Don't think this player is going to be opening 8-9 suited. He effectively has close to the nuts, and Ace-8 suited does get out of the way. So nice pickup there, Revo. The rich get richer, and we are down again to 8. Welcoming everyone. We've got Rico joining us here. He is fresh off that fight. What was that like? Tell me, how was that? I saw the results. Got to see a little bit. Was it a close fight? What was the odds before the fight for you to win versus your last opponent?
I was the pretty much favorite. But yeah, it was actually a good fight. So I started really good and won the first 2 rounds. And then in the third, I was winning the third. And in the last 15 seconds, I got an overcross hook right on the temple. And he gave me an 8 count. So yeah, we came straight back to 0. So we started round 4. I returned the favor, took him down, and won the 5th. So taking home the W in the end. So
very nice.
Championship fight in kickboxing goes over 5 rounds.
I love it. I love it. And what was what was the actual like pregame? Like how big a favor were you? Like what were the odds?
I don't really know, to be honest. The odds for me winning, you have to put so much money to at least win some, because the odds on me are terrible always.
Okay,
Terrible.
so you're the big favorite. Yeah, it's
I'm always the big favorite, because
that's got to be nice, but a little bit more pressure, right? You got to it's like you can't. You gotta take it down. So it's that's nice to be the favorite. And here's nice to flop the flush. 118 to 1 odds to flop a flush. He's got the nuts. And this player is betting now. Let's see if Voldemort is going to go ahead and put any pressure here. He does have a 5 of hearts, right? And I think, Dominique, as played, is going to just keep laying the trap. He could do some type of cute and like blocker bet to try to induce, but also get some value. I think that could make sense. Bet like 80 or 120, and he does do that. So this is a cool play, because you don't allow your opponent to check back. Right. Yeah. And then you actually make it look like you could be afraid, and this player could turn the hand into a bluff. So I really like this from Dominique, and this could get his opponent to be aggressive. Right. This is not a hand. Fives doesn't want to call, and they could decide to turn their hand into a bluff.
Yeah.
But doesn't go for the bait. Nice hand there. I do like that. And you can see Dominique, his stats. That is again from Sunday on the VPIP pre-flop raise, 3-bet, these statistics. That is from this specific tournament, only on Sunday, not lifetime on GG, not counting today. And also an interesting thing, Rico, is the chess clock. If you see every player, they get 15 minutes. Do you see that in the little timer? And if that goes to 0, then they have 5 seconds to act every hand. We do see that come into play sometimes at final tables, but you can see everyone with a very healthy clock at the moment as it just started.
Yeah. Joshua is really thinking oh, when is it my time to push? Oh, another great hand for Dominic.
Yeah, it's
I always like those hands, like when they're suited and just the nice playable hands.
Yep. Confident get to come in first. Ace-9 suited, nice hand to open. Does take it down, and Dominique again starts getting going, chipped up, won an important pot. Now he finds himself with 1.5. He's in a decent position here. A couple of short stacks double. We did lose the shortest stack as well. So I'm sorry, Josh McCauley is still in there, but we did lose Yuri. So one of the short stacks are gone, and we're down to 8. That's where we stand at the moment. We will have giveaways for you today, and we do have the tweet out on Twitter. Appreciate you guys. We'll give you a $50 cash. Got to guess who wins and hit the retweet button. That is, see some of you getting tuned in now, and we will have the giveaway later in the show again for a $1,500 ticket. Have you played online ever? Do you do any online, or when you play, it's mainly with friends?
I did some online. Like also back in the day. What is it? Poker Stars or something, but I don't know.
That was the old school. That was the old days. Now GG, man. GG's got, it's crazy how big GG is. It's them versus the world. There's really you know, there's still other sites, but this is by far the biggest tournaments, biggest guarantees. You can win a bracelet online. The
Oh,
WSOP's
nice.
partnered
That's
now.
dope. That's nice.
Yeah, so that is something. We're gonna have to get you involved, man. We got to get
Yeah.
you in some of the stuff moving forward. Once,
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. I love it. Oh, what's Joshua doing? He got himself into trouble with calling this hand. Oh, he's out.
yeah, he got rid of it. 3-4 off, and he's out of the mix there. A lot of people using emojis, having fun. This is gamified a bit right back in the day. Oh, look at this. This is nasty. Kings and aces.
Force aces. Oh, this is gonna be fireworks.
Yeah.
Revo's gonna call at least small call.
What a dream to have aces on the button as one of the short stacks. And, you know, this is nasty. I mean, there's just nothing Jack can do here. He's got, this is like one of those things in the cooler, man. This is nothing much to do. Small re-raise, and Jack is just, not gonna.
He's gonna push it. He's gonna push it.
Not gonna have much to do here of a, not much he can really do.
He's gonna hit. He has to raise, right? Just to try to keep him in. Lure him. He thinks he's luring him in, but then he gets the ace to see the aces. But let's see. We never know. You never know. That's what I'm saying.
There it is. The re-raising. Yeah, you know, if you were deeper, you could get cute, maybe call. At this point, though, it's like unlikely. Oh, he does go ahead and just call. I mean, I don't hate it. At the same time, like, yeah, this is it. So now, again, no club, either player. Aces the kings. He's got 2 outs, 1 to come. Really nasty cooler. Jack's going to feel pretty good. He does realize there is some version of aces, but again, what are you going to do? This is just not much to do, but go ahead and put the money in. And the 9 of clubs, a little scary. Possible flush. No one has a club, but again, they're just the stack to pot ratio.
Another club is going to come up. Is going to be interesting.
It could slow things down, but at this point, I think there's just going to be. I think the money's going to likely get in here. He does put it in. Snap call. Aces to kings. 2 outs, 1 to come. Needs a king about 4.5% of the time, or we're going to see a double up, and it is a pure clean 4. No sweat, no paint, and that is a double up. Nice hand. Cooler though. Or Mr. Hopkins, who is middle of the pack, is going to go ahead and shoot up there to a. You can see his stats. Only 3 bets 1% of the time. You know, again, not saying you could fold kings, but when he does 3 bet, got to be a little worried, right? That it's a strong hand, and nasty cooler there for Jack. So we are down again, still to 8, and a little bit of shift and chips going around there, as Jack was our 3rd place contestant. Now he is on the shorter side.
What is Joshua thinking about? Yeah, Joshua's thinking about pushing it all in. Nope, he's not.
And we got Larksy in the chat. What's up, man? Got a nice YouTube, Twitch channel. Checking out in with us today. Appreciate everyone being here. Again, you can, on Twitter, go to my tweet and retweet. It's going to be a $50 cash giveaway. Guess who wins. Doesn't need to be right. Just guess who you think will win. And a retweet, and then we will also have 2 giveaways here today. So over $200 given away today. And again, big appreciation to Rico taking the time to do. After the fight, you get to relax a little, or are you right back into training?
No, this is my time to relax, to just recover and just chill for a bit, because I've been in camp for like 12 weeks. So it's been a lot, like on a crazy ass diet for 8 weeks. So I'm just happy to relax for a little bit now.
What does a diet consist of for you, like when you're training versus when you're getting to relax? How big a difference is it?
It's so boring. It's rice, chicken, vegetables for like at least 2 or 3 times a day. Even start something. I shall even start with rice in the morning, with the rice and eggs. Oh my God, it's terrible, but it works.
Man, it's interesting. Yeah, but so when you're done after a fight, can you eat? Do you eat what you want, or are you back to eating?
Now I'm just back at normal food. I can actually today I ate some hamburgers just to chill, just to get my mind off the whole dieting thing and just be in balance again.
Very nice. Yeah, it's yeah, I can imagine this. It's nice, the relief when you get to not have to worry about that for a little bit there. As we see Queen 8, nice hand. There's Baltimore putting pressure, 4 million stack, 2 big stacks. Everyone else, Joshua down to 31K actually after that hand.
Jack laid down the best hand there.
Well, he's basically at this point, he's just hoping for a knockout, right? He did get an opportunity, aces to kings for a pay jump, but he has literally got less than a big blind. He is in big trouble here and just hoping for a collision to maybe pay jump. He's sort of surrendered from anything special, but hey, we've seen it, right? Chip in a chair can happen. We've seen people come back, but this is asking a lot to come back from less than one big blind.
Just push it. Throw them all in. Let's go. You got a king high. Let's see what happens.
King 5. No kings were folded, I see. I mean, he's debating to take it to the big blind or not. At this point, there is some incentive. Yeah, Dominique's asking if this is a 7-seat satellite. He's asking why are you folding down to that? So he does put it in with the king 5. He's going to be getting a competitor here, either ace 8 or ace 7. I mean, honestly, Jack Johnson has a decision. Does he want to rip it and get the extra dead money plus protect, or does he just want to get out of the way, let one of the other players call? Ace 8 here, 2 players left to act a bit close. He is going to get out of the way, and it looks like Voldemort is going to come in. So he's going to go 3-way now with ace 7 and king 5. There's a chance that Revo goes ahead and raises as well, which is actually good news for Josh, right? Going to knock out the player. He's going to get 3-1 on his money, a little more. Ace 7 to king 5 now, and needs a king 5, ace 7, 3-1 favorite. There's a jack. Needs a queen, king, or 5.
Nope. Josh is going on.
Ooh, a jack. Looked like a queen or king, but it's not. There you go. Josh is out. Started in 9th, finishes in 8th. So a little bit of a ladder from his bottom position. 7 left. And again, couple short stacks, 2 very short stacks still around 11, 12 big blinds. So we got some short stacks, 2 big stacks going pretty quick so far today.
Yep.
Oh. Yeah, this is an interesting final table. I've never seen 115 big blind to start. So we'll see if Revo can finish it off. You saw how big a favorite he is with the odds, but this is yeah, what's the prime for a kickboxer? I mean, obviously you're world champion at 35, but is it generally like young 30s, late 20s? What's like the typical like ideal? And obviously now medicine, modern age stuff, people are in all sports, you see 45 and 40s and stuff, but what is it, the actual prime normally?
Yeah, I think somewhere early 30s.
Yep.
Then that's you're actually your real prime. But in the heavyweight game, it's not as much about stamina. You can also do a lot of on your experience. So even though I'm a stamina monster, I love it, but it is something I focus on. But normally you can also do a lot on experience in that case. So you in the heavyweight game, you have some older fighters.
And tell me about your acting career too. I noticed you do some acting as well. Like, but what all have you done with that?
Yeah, so I love it. For me, that's the next big thing. Oh, this is an interesting hand for Dominic.
Got the wheel.
Nice. So I've been acting quite some time already, and the last few years it's really got some traction. So I did my first lead in a movie called Black Lotus. So that was a lot of fun. We started next to Frank Grillo, and last year we shot Den of Thieves 2. So and it's coming out in early January next year. So with Gerard Butler and O'Shea Jackson Jr. So like I said, just having fun with it. And next to that, I'm still fighting, but slowly trying to transition into that. That being my main thing.
Very cool. And what do you prefer? What's more fun? What's more exhilarating? Like a big acting scene in a movie, or a wow? Did he put a big raise in there? That's one of those.
He trapped him. Dominic trapped him right there.
Nice. I mean, I love it. I love, again, that sort of induce blocker bet, but also with the queen there, he doesn't really have to worry about queen king. I think he knows Revo would be betting queen king on the turn as a good semi bluff, so he can kind of discount that as a possible hand. Nice pickup for Dominique there. And you know, what's more exciting? What do you enjoy more now? What's more how would you like a title fight versus like a big movie?
Yeah. You want the athlete answer, or you want the real answer?
I'm curious, or how do they compare? Maybe don't make you pick one. What's the biggest difference?
No, I think the big, of course, as a professional athlete and as a world champion, it's like, oh my, those world championship fights really gets me going. But I've done so many. I've been dominating the sport for over a decade. So yeah, to be really, really, really honest, yeah, acting is just like my new thing, and really gets me excited through the roof. So I love
That's
it.
awesome.
I love it. It's so much fun. It's so much fun, and it's something I could do for, yeah, for the end part of my life. For the next couple of years, and
Yep.
fighting just, yeah, it stops somewhere. I've been fighting since I was 6 years old, so been doing this since forever.
Yeah, makes sense. Well, here we go. Tens and queen 7 off. Revo really pushing the envelope with the opening range. Again, as chip leader, you get to do that. But queen 7 off, known as the computer hand, as in a heads-up match, that is the dead middle hand. If you get dealt queen 7 in your 1v1 in a match, that means that's sort of like what to expect in the middle. But we're not heads up. We have a bunch of players left. So there is, 7 players. It's a light open. Yeah, as it played, Dominique would have got some money here if he decided to bet, but he started to check pot control in here. He's in a good spot, gets a nice clean turn, and now
I knew it was gonna bet. He think he's good, but he's not. Oh my God, Dominic is so smart. Yeah, these moves, you just see that he's crazy experienced.
Ooh, and this card a little scary. It completes a flush. Dominic does have a flush, also a jack, kind of a random card, but I think it'll be a bet call here. Revo probably going to bet something. I would think not too big, maybe some sort of blocker value. Look at that. Very small, actually. And I don't know. Dominic, does he really want to raise this, or is he just going to be happy taking that 900? I think you got to just call. Nice hand, nice pickup. Does get a big turn bet out of the player. And again, Dominic's showing us there's more than one way to play. He's inducing. He's pot controlling. He's playing a lot of different strategy here, and he's got 2.6 million. Very healthy third place right now. He's got a good seat too, kind of across the way from those two big stacks. Again, you can see them, right? 5 million, 4 million.
From Revo as well. Yeah. For the second time already. So
I don't know anyone in my life. I've never met anyone named Rico or Revo. So we got they're very similar. The chip leader today, Revo. We got Rico joining us, and we got an all. Is it? Oh no, it's a raised takedown. I thought that was an all-in. King 80 shows Jack Johnson short. This is such a unique final table with the huge stacks and the short stacks, kind of cat and mouse. Two different things going on here, and a little bit of ICM leverage from the big stacks can really put pressure. There's 3 guys that are super short right now, so this is interesting. Who's gonna last? Who's gonna ladder? Who's gonna take a risk?
He's gonna
arm wrestling. Yeah, I don't like my chances on that either with Rico. I don't know. I'm not. Do you do some arm wrestling for fun at all, or not really? I mean, I just imagine you're good at it, but it's not like you don't go to bars and you're not
never do it.
You're not picking off people arm wrestling. Yeah.
You say, "Oh, come on, let's arm wrestle." I'm like, get out of here. I don't want the embarrassment if I would lose. And who knows? Maybe you injure me. Get out of here, man.
Yeah,
you know how much those arms are worth?
Yeah, I don't think that's a good proposition. It's sort of lose there. Yeah, what we're talking about, the 25K 50 mil. There is a 25K 50 million in the Bahamas. That is something I'm going to be heading out there in a few days. That's pretty crazy to have a 25K 50 million guaranteed tournament. That is a record for that by far. 2,000 entries. That is in the Atlantis. You've been down there? You've been to the Bahamas? You ever been to Atlantis, Baha Mar?
Yeah, I've been to the Bahamas once, but just for like 2 days. So I need to get back. So get me over there, Jeff. Let's go.
What's your schedule in December? Are you free? We might have to make I knew you had to fight, but if you're around, maybe we can make that happen. That's
I'm
like
open. We're open. So
all right.
I can use a nice vacation after that whole training camp. So we're good. We're good.
We might be meeting there. We might be meeting there in a few days. Let me make a few calls. Let's see what's going on. That is right now. That is an insane fun week there, man, in the Bahamas. So yeah, we'll look at after the show. We can discuss, see what's going on. But if anyone's joining out there, let us know if you are playing. I hope to see you there. Last year I played it. It was I think it was a 10 mil, I believe, guaranteed tournament. And this year it's a 50 million guaranteed. I got 50th for 50K. The winner was 2.7 million last year. Actually, a guest on the show, Sam Mueller came on, a young guy, like 21, 22, won it from Austria, really nice kid for 2.7 million. But that's how crazy it is. There was like 500 entries. If you take 50th, you get 50K. If you win, you get 2.7 million. So like, you know, it's that steep of a I got my guy though. He just won, man. He just took down. They had a 500K buy-in, and he won it for 12 million yesterday. And he's not a known. He's not like a professional. He's a rapper, and he beat like all the top pros in the field.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Revo's ready to get back some of those chips. Trap him, Revo. Trap Dominic. Ah, no, Dominic is too smart. He's not gonna get trapped today.
No, he's playing well, man. He is playing well. What a crazy, Lebastian Hardcore. He is an absolute crusher. Absolute crusher. He took down just a crazy 12 million, man. $12 million score. Won it yesterday.
Love it. 12 million playing poker. Let's do it.
Yeah, this will be about the same. This 25K, 50 mil will be about 10 million at first. There we go. Sevens takes it down. Wow, what a crazy man, crazy week there. How far from the Netherlands? What you fly when you come to the U.S.? When's the last time you're in the U.S.? Has it been a while, or you get out here sometimes?
I try to come over a few times a year at least. I think the last time I was there was somewhere June, July. I was in LA. So it's about a 10-hour flight, 11-hour flight. So it's not bad.
Ooh,
it's a straight flight from Amsterdam. So
Ace King, Dominic, what a spot here. Dominic going to pick up here. There's no way he's getting out of the way on this one. He's got the best hand. There's already 4 something in the middle. He's going to chip up likely to over 3 mil here. I mean, Ace 10 made a good raise, right? He had Revo opening light. He was correct. Someone behind woke up though, and now he is going to likely just get out of the way here. Peeling doesn't make sense. If you're going to make an aggressive move, I don't know. It doesn't feel right either. So nice timing for Dominic. You can see just over 3 million. So we got 5 mil, 4 mil, 3 mil, 1, 300, and 300. So very basically 3 pockets of big stacks, shortish stacks, and very short stacks going.
Yep. Ace 5 gone. Ace 8. He might. Jack's thinking about it. Thinking about pulling out a move right there. Yep, and he does. Revo. He's probably going to get out the way. Yeah.
Yeah, nice start. Nice start. Revo doing fine. He's chipped down a bit, but he still chip leader, 5 million. The short stack's getting shorter, and you can see a kind of now it's a between Jack and Hotel just sort of folding. They're trying to ladder. You know, the pay jumps get bigger. You can see the lower left of your screen there. 7 left. 7th gets 73. It's about a 21K pay jump between 7th and 6th just to survive. Hotel though with 7s, this is going to be hard to not going to be able to fold, although he has no fold equity, and he is the shortest. So
he's going to shove it. I would have. Yep, there we go. I think he's going to double up here. I got a good feeling about these 7s. I don't know why.
Feeling the flip? You think the short stack? He doubled once. Ace 10 suited to 5s. He needs to hold. He is ahead.
That's an 8.
Needs help. 7 or an 8. And that is not it. That is a knockout. There we are, already down to 6. And Valdemar, your champion last week, is getting it done right now. He is close to the chip leader again with 6 left. I mean, so crazy. We saw Dominic Nietzsche take second back-to-back weeks. That's the craziest thing. I've been doing the show for years. Dominic Nietzsche took second 2 weeks in a row. But the crazier part was the winner won both weeks in a row. So we had first, second back-to-back weeks, which is like, I mean, you'll probably never see that again, right? They're talking about a couple hundred entries for that to go 1-1, 2-2. Same guys battle heads up. And again, there's so much variance in heads up. It's not like boxing, right? Like, because you start with different stacks And again, it's not, you know what I mean? Like it can go either way, but they did take down two second place for Dom, and the same player won those 2 weeks. So here we go. We'll see if we're going to see a repeat for Voldemort, who is again has won the most titles, 3 titles, and Yuri won 3, but he is out. Joshua won 2, he is out, and Jack Johnson has won once. So we'll see if we see a new champion today or a repeat as King Jack going to go ahead and raise it up.
I think Jack is going to push it. What do you think? What would you do? Would you push here or
Gotta
no?
fold. Got to fold because it's raise, re-raise, and you still have 356 and nothing committed, and you're never going to get a fold. So I would fold there, although it is a playable hand. It's a nice hand, but yeah, I would fold.
Okay.
Close, very close. And he is so short, right? It's like some point he does have to put his chips in. He can't just keep folding. But there, maybe if it was just one raise, but not with the raise, re-raise, 2 separate players, I think you're just, you're going to be in and run into a really big hand there. All right, nothing going there. The walk, nice to get. Chip leader doesn't want to put his shove and likely get called. 8-2 suited for Jack on the button, not going to be able to get moving there. Andrew with ace-4 suited. Dom with the playable queen-7 suited. Also has the big stacks there in the blinds, but he does decide with the shove stack he doesn't want to raise, have to call and all in, so he folds. Queen-7 suited, pretty close. Probably queen-8 suited he would open. Can't make a straight with the queen-7 suited. Queen-8 you can. And Revo will call. Both players missing.
Yep.
No one has even a draw. It's hard to make a pair, Rico. Hard to make a pair in no limit hold'em. So much bluffing, so much creativity. Again, PLO. Do you play PLO? You ever play Palom in Omaha?
Nope. Nope.
Okay. We'll start with this. This is good. Master one game first before you get into the 4-card game. But there's a lot more bluffing. The equities are closer here, and hold'em. The experience can really, people, if you know what to do, if you've seen a lot of hands, you have a lot of experience, you can really, put a lot of pressure, because again, a lot of time you just miss, right? So bluffing is a lot more bluffing in hold'em.
Yeah.
King-5 suited. Gonna go ahead and min raise. King Jack for Rico. Definitely he's been kind of patient. He hasn't been super aggressive. This is one he could 3-bet. He does make a move against Voldemort.
He got 2 jabs from Dominic. So he started at around 6 something, so 6 million something, and Dominic took a little bit from him. So I think he got a little bit careful.
Could he shoot it up? This is a hand that has 4-bet possibility, although Revo's kind of let him off the hook. He hasn't really put a lot of pressure on him. He does just decide that, hey, you've played pretty nice. I'm going to get out of the way. You could see the wheels spinning, thinking about shooting it up with the King-5 suited, but Voldemort in a really nice, comfortable position. Don't need to battle there. He decides to get out of the way. Going to open the deuces. And we are, again, still down to 6 relatively quickly, right? 45 minutes in, lost 3 players already, and we have a couple short stacks. So there he goes. Ace-10 going to raise. Does deuces want to peel for the chips? What do you think here, Rico? You take a peel, try to hit a deuce, or do you just get out of the way?
Yeah, maybe just call once. He has the chips, so why not? Just have fun with it. And now if he could check, if he bets, just get out the way.
Yeah, nice hand for ace-10 to bluff with, right? The gut shot that is in position, going to put some pressure on all the 8, 7, 6s, even hands such as deuces, which he does have. A lot of hands you just can't really hang on here, and I think Voldemort not likely going to be continuing here. I think it's a little too speculative, yeah.
Doesn't make any sense. Folds. Not much action in this hand.
Well, Rico, I'm going to make a strong push to get you over to the Bahamas. We're going to have to I'd love to do a live podcast with you. It's fun to talk, get to know you better on the GG Millions, but I'd love to have you on a podcast. Maybe we do it live on the beach. What do you think? Can we get that done or no?
Of course, let's get it done. And then while we're there, let's play poker as well. Why not?
I think that all makes sense. A little everything. Hey, listen, the rapper just won 12 mil Why not the world champ kickboxer? You come in there,
Exactly.
people don't know how you
Exactly.
play. You kind of get in there, have a good time. Next thing you know, it's yeah,
Get the final table.
it's for the taking. It's for the taking.
Exactly. Oh,
King
Dominic
Queen
again in the
speeding.
position.
The Dominique's he's got the club covered. So backdoor clubs, he's got the nut club. The king comes in, but he's just got himself another nice position. He's just getting good boards, good spots, playing pretty fundamental. Listen, if you're at home watching and you're sort of a newer player, those are some of the biggest things to do. Play good cards and good positions, and he's doing that. You know, you want to find yourself in spots where you get to play, where you get to act last after the flop. And here we go again. Dominique, here he goes. Best hand, best position, and it's gonna, it usually goes well. Goes well.
I think he's just gonna do a throw out a little bit. No, he checked. Oh my god.
Pot control, but so he decides it's a 2-street hand. There was a bet and a call. Doesn't want to get check raised, and now on the river, if he checks, he'll probably bet. If he bets, he'll just likely call. And he does have the key card though. All right, so the interesting small bet, man. I think Dominique may suss out a raise here because it's just a little too small. He's got the ace club. I like re-raising because you're never going to get re-raised, right? You have the ace of clubs, and if he does have an ace 10, ace 5 suited, he might call. So I think he's going to make it like 270, 250, 300-ish. I think he's going to kick it up here to like something like that. He's going to raise. I'm pretty sure on this exact spot. He just calls, interesting, and he does win the pot. But again, another important pot, decides that he's not greedy, likely the best hand. I'm a little surprised on that one, but listen, I'm not questioning Dom's game. His reads, he is one of the world's world-class players. So we're gonna not question his. And we get to see the cards, right? We have a little bias. It's nice to when you see you win, like, oh, of course you got to raise, but in game, in the moment, makes sense.
And he's in a good position. He's in a good run. So let's just take those chips off the table and stack them up. Let's see, what's this hand? Okay, nothing, no fireworks here. Jack is starting to get in trouble. He's really, really, really short now. It's 200,000. 3-4 for Dominic.
Yeah. Dominic is in good position. I mean, really, like I said, this is very rare to see this big of this gap between the top three and the bottom three. We got two pretty short, one extremely short, and three big stacks. So this should likely go pretty quick. But again, once we get down to, let's say, three-handed, depends what the blind level is and what's going on. But it could take a while because, again, it's gone so fast right now that the three big stacks have a lot of chips. They got plenty of big blinds. Yeah, we are going to see an all in here. Ace 4 suited folds. Ace 3 off is actually going to have the best hand. Queen Jack suited has a pretty nice hand. Queen 7 suited will fold. I mean, what do you like here? Queen Jack suited. You got a player behind. You got a pretty good hand, but
yeah, I like the Queen Jack suited. I like him. Just push it.
Yeah, raise it. This is nice. Isolates, gets a little extra money in there.
Get Dominic out of there.
Yeah, and if you're Jack though, you have the best hand and you're getting the extra money there. Wow, he's gonna call.
Oh, wow,
he's gonna call. So now Jack is all in. 5-6 off has position, and there's a side pot. There will be a side pot. So this is really interesting. And Dominique's gonna just completely miss. Queen Jack out flops the ace 3, and likely on this board, I don't think Dom's gonna get too cute, but he may. No, I don't think he's gonna take. He's not incentivized to bluff with 6 high and keep Jack in on that small side pot.
Dominic's thoughts were on this one, like, hey, these two probably gonna have 2 high cards. I got 2 low cards. Maybe I can like outdraw him, or what would his?
Yeah, he also knows that he also is in position because Jack's all in, so he knows that each street he's gonna get to act last. He also knows that James is gonna play pretty cautiously here, so he's not too worried about getting. He's gonna get to see probably 5 cards, or if he hits his hand hard. He can maybe semi-bluff if he has a draw, win the side pot, or he's done with the hand now though. He's got 6 high. He doesn't want to bluff for the 100 to keep Jack in, so he's just going to show down. Queen Jack's going to get to show this down. I don't think there's enough in there for Dom to try to bluff the side pot. Yeah, he's just out, and there we go. Queen Jack going to outflop the ace 3.
Jack
And there
is
we
out.
go. We are down to 5. Just like that, 5 left. 5 players left. That is what we got. So we are down to 2 shortish stacks and 3 very healthy stacks. And you can see the payouts. Everyone now guaranteed over 100,000 for their efforts, 10K buy-in.
Yep, that's
Pretty nice. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. Again, the tweet guys got a shout. If you're watching live, I didn't put it in the wording for the giveaway. You guys can hit the retweet and go ahead and guess who you think is going to win. Pretty nice shot at $50 cash. And then we'll have the live giveaway here, $50 and $100. Got to hit the thumbs up, be subscribed, and enjoy the show. Again, Rico is joining us. He's going to be with us to a winner today. Who do you think is going to win? Who are you impressed with? Who would you call right now to win today? Who do you like at the moment?
I love Dominic's play. I love the way Dominic's playing. Smart, calculated, and setting those traps every time. So in this case, Revo is in a perfect position with trips aces, but I think yeah, Dom's gonna get out the way. Yeah, just fold it. Sense to be there with his.
I mean, look, if you're Voldemort, I don't know if you can fold just yet because it is hard to make a pair. You beat flush draws, you beat a lot of hands, king, queen, queen, jack. You know, you in the moment, you probably call one. You hope your opponent slows down. In this case, ace 9 has got the super nuts, and you're, yeah, any like way big bet, greedy bet on this. But at the same time, somehow your opponent has ace 10 or ace 5, won't fold. So I don't hate the bet in the moment, though. Voldemort cuts his losses. And ace 9 does secure that and his chip lead. He almost has second and third place combined. His stack 6 million, just about. It's close, 6.7 between the two, and then he's got 6 million. So still really good. Revo started the day with 6 million. He's got exactly that, and we've lost 4 players. So he's doing a good job maintaining his stack, and players are going out. He's in a good position. Dominique's doubled up. Dominique had 1.5. Now he's got 3.
Who do you think is gonna win? What's your guts telling you?
Man, I mean, look, Revo's got so much chips. It's hard to say bet against him, although I don't have really much experience. I think Dominique's going to win. I think because of his seat, he's got the left of those 2 big stacks. Voldemort playing really well. Won last week, also dangerous. I just don't know if Revo has enough experience to take it down. He does have a big chip lead, and I haven't seen enough of his game yet to feel confident, but it is a massive advantage, right? To have that big of a chip lead. So it's very close. I think it's very close. I would pick Dominique though, I think at this moment.
He's sitting there with kings.
See Burns in the chat. What's up, man? Have a great day. Thanks for coming in. A lot of familiar faces, new faces. Let us know where you are watching in the world. Dominique is in the chat talking along. Again, 30-minute delay. 30-minute delay. So he's already seen this hand, played this hand. He's chatting here as the kings versus ace 9. He's going to just bet, take it down. If you could choose, though, you got a full day to play poker in your mind. Let's say it's, you know, whatever. Let's say a 10K buy-in tournament that you would get to play, or a 10K cash game. What do you prefer? What would you feel more comfortable with?
Cash game or tournament, you mean?
Yeah.
Well, what I like from the cash game is that you can literally like get out whenever you want.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, to be honest, the way you play tournaments is just different. You just, like you see here in the beginning of the table, they were throwing away 5, 6, 7s. And in a cash game, you are definitely gonna try and hit something with that. Well, I would. I don't know how anybody else plays, but I would. So just to gamble a little bit more. In a tournament, you just don't do that. You're not gonna gamble. You just want to get as far as possible and just play the strong hands and get those chips and get to that final table. So like I said, I would prefer to play the cash game, but the tournament is just is playing the long game. That's also a lot of fun.
Yeah. Yeah, it's different because there's different stack sizes throughout. In a cash game, you can reload. You always have deep stack, whereas in tournament, that's like, as we're seeing here, some of these players have short stacks, right? So like if you have no experience playing 10 blinds, 15 blinds, it's a little bit different, right? The strategy is a little different and it takes a little getting used to, but it is, it's also nice. It is true. If you're on vacation, for example, it's nice to be able to go play for a couple hours and get up, not play for 10, 12 hours. But listen, I'll tell you this. I got 2 little kids and I play less tournaments now, but there's nothing really like poker when you get, if you're playing in a big tournament and you get a lot of chips, you go deep, there's 3, 4 tables left, 2 tables left, make a final table. It's kind of one of those experiences that are just, you got to experience. You know what I mean? It's just one of those things where it's very different than a cash game. So
I would
it's fun once in a while, right? You can't do it all the time, but
no, but I would definitely love to do a big live tournament just to get in deep and get in deep waters and see how everybody plays. And just, I think you learn so much from that, because in a cash game, if you have somebody with crazy money, he'll just buy in new and again, it just keeps gambling. And in a tournament, you just like really learn how to play poker. So that's what I like as well. So I just want to learn. I just want to get better. So that's why, Voldemort's in a great position here with the set.
Yeah, I mean, he's not out of the waters yet. A 7 or a queen would make a straight, but Revo is going to just call. He's not going to hit that straight. And deuces now on the 8, 9, 10. Do lose to Jack Queen. Do lose to a few hands. Probably would have hurt a Jack Queen, though. So he's going to comfortably value bet. I bet he goes pretty big here. Bet you he goes close to pot or even over pot. Although loses the flushes. Shouldn't be too worried about that. I think he's going to go big.
I think 4 or 5.
300.
Oh, okay. Great.
3/4 pot. Big bet. Good size bet. And Jack 9.
He feels comfortable. I think he thought, I'm not going to go too crazy. So Revo might still feel pretty comfortable about that 9, but let's see.
He does call. A little bit of shift in power here. 4.2 now to 5.6. So a chip lead goes down slightly, but still the chip leader. And there is the Greg goes all in emoji there. He's saying nice hand as we see a ace deuce suited versus a king 5 and a queen. So 3 playable hands here. See if Andrew's going to come in raising or not. He will in Revo.
Bet, actually.
The ladies.
100,000. Pretty good bet. It's going to be a nice race. Yep. Holz. There we go.
Yeah, that's just going to get it done there. Ace deuce suited is not great timing. Had to get out of the way. Definitely needs to open it, and then made a good release as ace deuce suited. Queen king, pretty fair fight here. 2 of the bigger stacks. Dominique likely just going to call in this situation. Could be 3-betting sometimes, but I don't think at the moment with the other 2 really short stacks. I think he's just going to play that as a call. He does, and we will see a king high flop, which puts him comfortably in the lead versus ace deuce of hearts. And Voldemir wanted more from the flop, but he will go ahead and c-bet once here. Likely done with this hand. I think this was sort of a one and done. I doubt he's going to be barreling unless, oh, look at that. Just gets to hit the ace, realizes his equity. Nice peel card there.
Yep. Yeah, just checks. And that's the moment Voldemir is going to push a little bit. Think about 180.
It's also, you do lose to Jack Queen and better aces, so I think he may want to bet to protect against a flush draw. It's going to be a 2-street hand, so he goes bet here, and then if he get called, I'm sure he's not betting the river, almost any river. But let's see if Dominique has a key card. The queen jack would be a straight. He could beat a few hands. He is going to stick on and check, and this is going to work out really well for Voldemir because this is going to go check. I'm almost certainly definitely not going to bet the ace deuce. So now probably a quick check back. And there it is. He is going to check back. And Dominique, can't blame him for calling. No club in his hand. Blocks queen jack. So he did want to see if he had anything. A nice pickup there for Voldemort. 5 mil for him. King jack suited. Also another nice playable hand. Pretty deep here. I mean, deuces, you generally aren't going to see set mines. But with the stack depth where there's both super deep and other players likely not going to be getting out of line here, he does call, which is this could make up for a big pot. And Jack Queen suited, this is a lot of hands. I think he's going to also want to get to a flop here. I mean, I guess there's some version of him squeezing, raising, but let's see
You
if
call
he
the
just
deuces in this case?
Oh, he
This
does
position?
go for this. Wow. Nice play. I mean, look, he took the alternate route, and this is actually one of the benefits of shoving the Jack Queen suited. You get a hand like Ace Jack off or King Jack suited to fold. Now, if he just calls, the flop then comes Jack 8-2, right? And you lose to King Jack, and you get stacked. So really interesting decision there, and I like that. I think that he definitely wasn't folding. I think most players will call, and I actually think that's a slightly better play to shove all in and we got to see the exact illustration of why you get a better hand to fold with that outcome. And if you get called by Ace King or tens, you're still flipping basically. So nice hand, power jams, right? HNDRX says, I can't believe that's Rico here, one of my favorite fighters ever on with GG. Good to see you, man. Thanks for tuning in. Hope we have a lot of boxing, kickboxing fans out there, and maybe bring some into poker and vice versa. It's always nice to collaborate. I got a couple of friends. Aubrey Harrison's done the stream before. David Hay, I don't know if you know him, also boxer. Guy loves poker. I've done some stuff with them. Good dudes, good guys, and gotten pretty good at poker. We're going to take a short break. We will be back in 1 minute with the message from Daniel Negreanu in the Bahamas.
In case you haven't noticed, we're into breaking records at the World Series of Poker. Bigger and better is just how we roll. We did it this summer, as you saw, with the main event. Speaking of the main event, the WSOP just had a super idea for this year's WSOP Paradise in the Bahamas. For the first time ever, WSOP will host the super main event, a $25,000 buy-in with the biggest guarantee in the history of poker. Wait, is that number right? 50 million? What? 50 million? You guys are nuts, for real. Huge prize pools, massive water slides, fun for the whole family, and the chance to hunt bracelets with the beautiful backdrop of the Bahamas beaches just a few sandy footsteps away from the poker room. 15 bracelets will be on the line with buy-ins ranging from $2,500 up to $1 million. Yes, you heard that right, a $1 million buy-in. The WSOP has partnered with the Triton Millions to bring the largest poker tournament in WSOP history back home. So what are you waiting for? Come make history with us again at WSOP Paradise.
All right, there we have it. You see D-Negs, you see he's shocked by the 50 mil guaranteed. He is absolutely astounded. He really doesn't believe it's going to get covered. It's going to be close. There are a lot of satellites online. Still think there's time for you to win one of those. There were packages to the Atlantis, to the 26K buy-in event, plus the hotel 5-star resort. I've been to Atlantis probably 40, 50 times. I used to go every year for the PSP or for the Poker Stars Caribbean Adventure. That was way back in the day. And then there's usually I go twice a year or something, 2-3 times a year. Very close to Miami, 20-minute flight as well, where I live now. So not far away, but beautiful place. Fun activities for kids, fun, great, just kind of resort feeling. Definitely highly recommend whether you go play the event or not for you guys to get down there. And if you are there, please say hello. Again, I'll be there on Friday for a week, and looking forward to playing some tournaments there.
Sounds good. All right, what we got? 3-4. K9. All right.
Flush draw versus a pair. Pretty fair fight. King 9, a little too much hand to go away right now. I think he's going to stick in. Blind on blind, the widest ranges. So, when you're in a situation where it's small blind, big blind, King 9, a fairly strong hand. This card's going to be a little bit scary. It does change things slightly. There are some draws such as, Queen 10 or that would improve, or Queen King. You do have a king though. I mean, this is a good hand probably to bluff. Bluff 3-4 suited is one of the worst hands you could have with 4 high. At the same time, you don't want to be bluffing with the missed spades, right? That's the likely draw your opponent could have. And if you have that, it's less likely they have a missed hand. So he does go ahead and check back. I can't blame him there. I think it's okay to give up sometimes. You don't need to just automatically bet when you know you can't win. Sometimes it's good to wave the flag. And, Revo's impressed me. I'd say he's shown pretty good discipline. He's not just gone with blind aggression, not just, hey, I'm chip leader, I get to just go crazy. And he has played fairly good balance, I think. And he also still opens wide, 7-10. An example of that. Going to open the button. Dominique with 3s. We'll just call. Both players don't love the flop.
No, this is going to go check, I think.
I got to ask about the Netherlands and padel. Is padel like this new sport? It's like tennis.
Yeah.
And is that popular?
Crazy.
Because I play like 3-4 times a week. I love it. I'm obsessed with the walls. Is it very popular in that part of the world?
Yeah, it's a huge hype. Everybody loves it. Everybody has so many facilities open up here. So I actually played it, I think 2-3 times. It's quite fun. It's quite fun, but just like for me, I was the last 12 weeks, I was just like in full prep. So yeah, wasn't allowed to do anything crazy. But yeah, maybe we could play a little in the Bahamas.
Yeah, it's fun. It's blown. It's actually crazy how popular it is in Miami. I mean, they're putting like 30 indoor, 30 outdoor court setups called Ultra. They got like club, restaurant, spa, kids center, all in one. It's like it's gone a little bit overboard, and I'm obsessed with it. I love it. I played soccer through college, but now that's like when I exercise and do cardio, that's all I want to play is the game. I know it's getting pretty popular in Europe, or it's been popular there for a while. So interesting. That is going to be another Dominique, man. He's just dangerous. I'm just telling you, like, this is what he dreams about. 6-handed. Now we're 5-handed. Couple guys unknown. The other guys that I think Valdemore's his biggest competition here. Revo again played well, chip leader, but just not as much experience. And Dominique he's eyeing it up. He's licking his chops, and I think we're going to find him heads up. If you gave me odds, I would say he's a favorite. Like, he's a pretty big favorite to get to heads up, even though he doesn't have the top 2 stack. I just think he'll find a way there.
Gonna knock some people out. Let's wait for it.
What about F1? Are you Verstappen? Are you into it? Do you watch it? Do you follow it at all, or not really?
Come on. Max is my brother. He's a really good friend of mine. So we hang out as soon as he's around. Of course, he's traveling throughout the 3/4 of the year. But as soon as he's around, we're always hanging out, having fun. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Is he? How's his poker game?
I don't know, actually. I don't know. I don't think he plays poker.
Okay.
I think he plays.
Yeah,
poker.
I guess. Yeah, that's that. He's got enough excitement, right? You don't need you. That's high octane every time you're in those things. I know that's no joke. That stuff, they're going fast, and probably wants to relax. Doesn't need any stress or.
To be honest, as soon as he gets out of the car, he has like this whole gaming setup in the house.
Yeah,
like,
I've seen that.
He's still driving Formula One, but he's just like doing it online. This guy he's dedicated as crazy. So he's not for nothing the 4-time world champion this year. So super proud.
Yeah, definitely a legend. And again, a lot of respect for all those what you do, what racing, all these things. Like when you're taking punches or kicks and getting hit or risking, going at that speed, it's no joke, right? It's you got to be alert and on your toes at all times. It's a little different than poker. It hurts taking a bad beat, making a misclick or a bad play, but it's a little more. You got consequences and you got to be fully alert. Have you had some? I mean, you probably had some pretty. What's like a serious injury you've had in your career?
Yeah, so a few years ago, I had my eye busted open here. As you see, if you look, you see this side is a little bit thicker than the other one. So this eye was like fully closed, and I still got the knockout in the 4th round. So that was cool. And I had some other small injuries. I broke my hand a few times, whatever. Some broken bones, but nothing really serious. But my eye was pretty crazy.
Ooh, ace king to 6s. This is not a snap call, but Revo's thinking, I'm flipping, I'm covering. If I'm flipping, if I'm 4-1, it's bad. If he has 7s plus, that's what's going through his mind. But he's going to make the call. Ooh. This is a big moment. We're going to be down to 4, or we're going to have a massive runaway chip lead. 6s hold so far, needs to fade the river. Only now 6 outs, 1 to come, 86% favorite for us to go to 4-hand. And that is not a knockout. That is a KO, James. Good game. I love it. We are down to 4. We are going to cue the giveaways. It is early. We are an hour in 10 minutes? Hour and a half. What time? We start 1:45. Yeah, we're this is going super fast today. 4 left, 1 short stack, 3 big-ish stacks. This has been fun. It's been fast, and we are going to queue a giveaway up for the first $50 ticket. Must be subscribed. Must hit the thumbs up, and I'm going to give you the link on Twitter for a $50 cash. Again, all you got to do is retweet. Guess who wins? Doesn't matter if they do or not. Put the guess out there. Get the link. I'm going to put it in. $50 cash. Do that as well today. And again, big shout out to Rico Verhoeven, who's in the mix. He just won another world championship title. Just what was that? Friday? No, Saturday or Friday?
Saturday, yes. And
Oh,
thank you so much for having me, Jeff. Having so much fun, learning
this
so
is
much
great.
about the whole poker game and yeah, how you approach it. And did you ever experience like that you for a moment or for a period of time came into a for some kind of reason into a bad flow that you were playing poker and were just like getting bad hands, just getting beat every time? Like,
Of
tell me
course.
something about it.
Yeah, no, for sure. Listen, again, the game's beautiful. I love it, but I've played for about 20 years. I streamed on Twitch from like 2015 to 2020 pretty consistently. And that definitely, I'm playing 6, 12, 16 tables at a time. And there's days or sessions when you're losing everywhere, nothing goes right. And especially like sitting on camera, talking to people and watch as it's not going well, it's not fun when that happens. And it's definitely, there's been times, yeah, you got to take a break. You got to step back. You got to, restructure things and take a look at what's going on. So yes, for sure. I think pretty much any player at the highest level, they've gone through really bad stretches. Like it's crazy. There's times where you won't cash for like 30 tournaments in a row, which is, pretty brutal, right? And you can really start taking a hit to your confidence. You start wondering, are you playing bad? Are you running bad? And I think that's really important to be able to understand and be honest about that, because that's it's a difficult part of the game.
Right now, if you reflect back to those certain type of moments, can you say like maybe I was just playing bad or I was just on a bad flow? So what is your opinion on that today?
Well, the one thing I would change or do differently over that stretch in general, not just necessarily a bad run, but in Twitch or when I'm streaming or playing online poker, I would play less tables because I really, I'm not built. Oh, look at this aggression. Revo's showing us a little moxie here.
Right here. Oh.
This is tough. Ace-9 suited, sort of four-handed, a big hand on the button. We saw earlier some aggression with King-Jack off. I think, he's going to call, and this is going to work out so far. Revo will out-flop, although he has top pair weak kicker. This may not go. This might be not a crazy big pot, probably a small bet, maybe just takes it down. No backdoor hearts. But to answer your question, I would probably have played less tables. That's one regret I have, is playing a little too much tables, right? Doing a little too many things. I'd rather focus more, play less, be more quality over quantity. And I think with Twitch, like that was one of the things. It's like, I want to play a lot of tables, better chance, I thought, to go deeper, have bigger runs. But ultimately, in general, when I played less tables, I would do better and I'd be more focused with the chat and with in general. So, but that's one thing I would definitely like note, that I think, because some guys can do it. Some players like Dominique, for example, or some of these guys, Voldemort, they can probably play 12, 18 tables and play very well. But for myself, that's not how my mind's built. And also when you're following a Twitch streaming, like chat, when people are asking questions, you're already like distracted, and then I'm not answering questions. I'm missing some of that. I'm not playing great here. And it's, I think that was one thing I could have done a lot better. But there's definitely times where you tilt or play bad, right? There's definitely times where you're not playing your best, and we're all definitely not perfect, but the better players tilt less and tilt less often. So
one time I went to the casino, bought in, sit down at the table, pocket queens, boom, 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 all in. Okay, I lose to pocket aces.
Yep.
Okay, I buy in again for a good amount. Second hand, pocket aces. Right.
You have aces this time.
We get all in again. I lose to pocket queens. I left 2 hands.
Yeah, but listen, that's about this is one thing I'll tell you, that poker, I say this all the time, it teaches life lessons in a very quick, compact period about variance, about running good. You run good. I'm sure there's been times in, like you said, a time where your eye, you can't see and you end up winning the fight, where you may be generally, like there's luck and variance runs in so many different ways. And I think that's like really important, like poker, to take it in a grain of salt. Like when you take a bad beat or something doesn't go right, and then you think about other areas of your life where you've run well or things go well. So I think that's important to really put things in perspective. And poker's kind of, anyone who can play any kind of poker at all, whether it's small stakes, medium stakes, anything, you're kind of blessed, right? You have the time, the freedom that you can do it and play. And I think that's like a good place to start, is feel that, instead of, thinking you get unlucky or something. But yes, we've all, it's not fun when you're not running well at a table. And there's a nice pop. Voldemort going to queue up to a now only 3, again, 4-handed and 1 really short stack. That is done well for Andrew. He's guaranteed. Look at fourth place money. I mean, he's got himself locked up 155,000. He started in sixth, so good result for him no matter what. Dominique also started in fourth, guaranteed fourth, and he's in third, so he's going well. And then our 1 and 2 stack are still in. Jack Johnson didn't go so well for him. He started in third, and he was knocked out much earlier. So that's our remaining 4. Giveaway coming. All right, let's get this giveaway queued up for you guys. Got over 500 watching live right now. I know there's some big Triton action going, so I appreciate you guys being here with us today. There's some huge tournaments going on in the Bahamas. We're going to be down there shortly, and we'll be getting you some action. Shout out to Ben Eglinton in the UK. I see so many familiar faces, man. It's such a treat to have on a different perspective today. A non-poker professional, but Rico knows his way around the table. I can tell he's played for sure. Has some good instinct in the game, which is fun. Have you done any work at all? Have you studied at all? Have you talked to any players, or have you just kind of learned on your own?
No, I just learned on the way, just playing with good guys, and like I said, a lot of home games, but just guys that play on a regular basis, and yeah, you just learn by doing it and just having fun with it. And like I said, sometimes, to be completely honest, when I play with the guys, and it's a cash game. It's sometimes more of a gamble. We get into an all in with 4 or 5 people, and you see hands like, "Why are you all in?" Yeah, you never know. I thought the rest of the table was having good hands, so I was gonna go all in with 4 or 5 suited. I was okay, let's do it. And then sometimes you see those, crazy results, but it's fun.
Yeah, no, it's good. And there's really honestly watching like a football match or a soccer, whatever it is, like just with some friends having, it's fun, right? There's like not a lot of better ways that you can sit around and have a good time and play for fun and enjoy yourself. I really do.
Yeah.
Like I like playing tournaments and big cash games are fun, but it's also for me getting to sit with friends and play. Like it's a great time. I really enjoy it. That's something that's just, I think poker is one of those things, right? Golf, it's fun, but it's like, it's a production. You got to go out there. You have to be good at golf. It takes so many hours. It's committing. It could be hot. It could rain. It's like a poker table. You just get together quickly, hang out. You can stop when you want. It's nice.
Yeah, that's nice. But that's why I like, if I would play a tournament, I would rather, if I could choose, rather play a tournament, for example, like in the Bahamas with a lot of people on the table, face to face, and getting that feeling instead of online behind the computer and just like pressing buttons.
Yeah, it is. It's different. I mean, I love online, but it's
a different vibe. Exactly, it's a different vibe because online you get so much more hands to play, so there's so much more to learn as well. So it's like, hey, why am I calling this, or am I folding that? And when you're on a live table, it's more, on a face to face basis. You get, I don't know, you get like, sometimes you get an instinct of a certain person that does like a certain move. So it's, like I said, it's different, but it's fun.
Yeah, it is. It's great. It's a great game, and I think that's what's cool, that you can compete. Your friends aren't going to go kickbox with you, but they'll play poker, and have a good time. And
definitely, and they'll kick my ass with poker as well.
For sure, there's some great Dutch players. There's a contingency of really, really strong world class players from the Netherlands. Definitely in that part of the world. I mean, poker's great. It's PLO's becoming more popular, but Hold'em's great. Ace 9 suited, the 4-4-4 board takes. Actually, let's cue the giveaway. Let's get that going. We got the $50 and $100 tickets. It's gonna be a $50 giveaway coming right now. Keyword. Let's get that in there. Let's see. We're gonna do right now. Keyword. Let's see. We'll do GG WSOP Rico, and then underscore enter your GGPoker username. Don't spam. You don't need to. Put it once, twice max, and we will have the team select the winner here shortly. So that is.
Andrew has a nice hand. You could get some value for his chips.
Ace queen suited, short stack. That is definitely a nice hand. And 70K big blind. So what he's got, like 8 is 5-6. He's got 8 big blinds. Going to go ahead and raise non all in. I like that.
You might get a call here. No. Okay.
Yeah, 4-7 off. Really bad hand.
That's also such a bad thing when you're in the end spot. Like, oh, you're waiting for that one hand, and then finally you get that one hand, and you raise, and everybody folds. You're like, oh my god, why?
Yeah. But, you know, to be fair, again, he started in sixth. He's down to 4. He's guaranteed himself 155K. So if you look at his perspective from this final table, he's got a good result. This has been great. And now it's going to be hard for him to get into the top 3 or better, right? He's really short. Dominique's a rock. He plays great. He's in third comfortably. He's going to have to double and double basically. And, you know, it's hard, right? Because you got to get dealt the right hand. We saw he got the right hand. He got no action. So you're handcuffed a bit when you're short. You got to force things. People get to kind of be patient. They make you make the play, and it's it's tough. It's tough. Shout out to my man Kevin H out there. He's watching. We got some people tuned in the Bahamas. I can't wait to get there. People keep asking me, are you in the Bahamas? In the Bahamas. Look, I got 2 little kids. I got my some stuff with my mom. I'm handling. I want to be there. Trust me. I used to go all these tournaments, all the stops. I'd be at every stop for the whole time. But now I got a 2-year, like almost a 2-year-old, a 5-year-old married. It's a little different time. So I get in and I sneak in like a week or a few
family
days
life
there.
going on.
It's different, man. It's different times.
Yep.
You got kids? Any relationship stuff or kids?
I got a full squad, bro. I got a
team.
full squad.
All right.
I got one that's 7, 9, 13, and 17.
Wow.
So yeah,
Wow.
we got a full squad going on. So
4 kids at 8. So you had kids when you were 18 or 17?
well, we're so I got separated like 4 years ago, 4 or 5
Okay.
years ago. So I had 3 kids with my ex. Now I have my new girlfriend or my new wife, and she also had a son. So she had a son when she was 19. So and
Got
he's
it.
17. So
Wow.
it's a
You
modern
got
family.
a full
Modern
team
family.
for real. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that sounds like they need some sun and a beach after. We need to get down to the Bahamas. Let's figure this out, man. This is the time.
love it.
We're gonna chat. All worst case is Vegas. You know, Vegas is June, July, June, and there's all kinds. There's 100 bracelet events every WSOP. 100 opportunities to win a bracelet. They got 1Ks, 5Ks, 2Ks, 10K buy in the main event. So we'll definitely. I can guarantee everyone here they're gonna be seeing Rico in either the Bahamas or Vegas at some point coming up here. I can tell he's
100%.
it's fun though. Once you get that itch, well, I'm telling you, once you play a couple tournaments and you get the live chips, you get going. It's tough. You're gonna be. They're fun, man. I miss playing a lot of tournaments. I really do. That's why when I play them, I love it because I don't play as much anymore. When I get there, it's just it's a lot of fun. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, we are still 4-handed. We got the giveaway going. Let me make sure the $50 ticket will get in there as we are going to be. I'll get you set up in the Bahamas. Kevin's in the mix. Kevin, yeah, that's true. We can get you down there. We should. We gotta talk. It's 6-hour time difference, starting 9 there at night. Ace 8 gonna jam. He's got the Ace 7 gonna fold. Ace 7 gonna fold. This is he's fighting. He's not giving up. He's got 1.2 million. 15 bigs.
Ooh, and he got 10s now, so he's ready to get some more chips in.
Yeah, he's gonna chip this one up. No one got anything to play with here, but important. The winning hand for the 12 million yesterday was King Deuce off versus Ace King. Actually, Ben Heath took second for 8 million. He's been a guest on my podcast and a guest on the show here recently, actually, and he just won 8 million. There is something to be said about they call it the booth magic. So you're fresh, you're watching, you're immersed in the poker right now. I think you'd be in good form. You're ready to get down there, see some hands. It's nice to study a bit. This is like a forced kind of study session. You get to see the hands, how people play. I think you've got most of those decisions right. Maybe that Queen 10 suited was different. You thought maybe go, and that's probably a fold, but like you're really right. You seem like you're really, understand the game. You're thinking about the game from the right perspective as we see Ace Jack and 6-7. Ace Jack has a key card, some over 6-7 tough here. You got bottom pair gut shot. The 9 you don't want, actually, as it would turn out. That would make a straight for you, but a bigger straight for Revo. At the moment, he has the best hand. 600K in the middle, going to check back. 5, a pretty safe card. No scare card, no over. If he had the best hand, still does. And that is the case. But let's see if Revo wants to start betting here or not.
No, no risks. Just check.
Yeah, he's got, he still has one of the reasons not to bet. He beats hands like Jack Queen, King Jack, King Queen, other hands like Ace, Ace 6, Ace 9,
Revo.
even there's a bunch of hands that he's ahead of. So Ace Jack not needing to bluff, but 6-7 also feels content. Gonna probably just check this down, take it in a important pot, puts him back to 3 mil. Gonna select the winner. We'll have a $50 ticket, then 100. Get us up to 100 thumbs up. We'll then hit the giveaway winner. Got the Twitter one working as well. How big is your team? Talk to me. You got a manager, trainer, social media, publicist. Give me what does it consist of? Give me the rundown.
My team. Yeah. So like I said, we got a manager. We got a head coach. We got a kickboxing trainer. We got a boxing trainer. We got an explosivity agility trainer. We got 2 physios. I got a doctor. So yeah, we got a pretty good team. We got a pretty big team, around 10, 12 people. Yeah, making sure Rico is in the shape he needs to be when he's within the square, when he needs to be at his very best. So that's why I always, when I talk about winning, I always talk about we are winning. It's not me winning, it's we are winning, because they all get Rico in the physical state that he needs to be, and in the right mental state to be there, the very best he can be. So I love it.
Yeah, it's a lot. A lot goes into it. That's what I was saying. It's all these, golf, tennis, swimming, anything, right? These guys at the highest level, poker, there's a lot that goes into it. It's not just like show up. There's you're watching film, you're training, you're doing pre-workout, after workout, sleeping right, eating right, all these things, like all this stuff matters. And actually in poker, there's been a big shift where I'd say, from when I started playing 20 years ago, even 10 years ago, there started to emerge these high roller buy-ins, the 100Ks, 25Ks. We've seen $1 million tournament, which I've commentated on. That was in London and Triton 2019. And again, at this level, guys they're doing that. They have mental coaches. They're meditating. They're eating right. They're exercising better. Poker, there's been a big health shift from sort of, you kind of think of like sloppy, lazy, heavy, but that's really changed, especially at the elite level. Most of the top players are in really good shape. They work out, they take care of themselves. You can't be, you're tired going and playing. It's tough. It's tough to go in there and be groggy and foggy. So, I think that's a big misconception, or something that's changed a lot in the last decade, is that poker is treated a lot like a sport, which, many consider it is.
Yeah, but you guys got to be smart. And I think just basically, if you think about it, if your body is in a good state and you fuel it in the right way with the right supplements, the right food, you feel great. So you have a clear mind, and it's important also in a game like poker, especially playing for hours and hours back to back. You got to stay sharp.
For sure. It takes one hand, one mistake. Same thing, right? You're kickboxing, one thing the bullets. That's nice. Yeah. You get cocky for a second, or you let your guard down, and boom, same thing here. Look, the chip leader, you got 6 million, starts out with 1 loose raise. Oh, you're not supposed to open this hand, but you open it, then you call a light 3-bet. Next thing you know, you're in a big pot, and boom, now you're not chip leader. Now you get cooler. Now you can't, you know what I mean? Things happen really fast. Like it's got to be super sharp the whole way through.
Yeah,
and Dominique is stepping into it here a little bit.
Yeah. Andrew is like, he just took out a nice pot with pocket queens. Now he has pocket aces. So he's on a roll. He's on a roll. I think he's going to hit that 2 million in this next pot after this next hand. He's doing really well.
Man, a lot of notes, a lot of fun. I want to remind everyone, on my Jeff Gross Poker channel, I do recently, we just started this where we're getting the highlights from the show. So again, if you happen to miss it, or you want to replay just the knockouts, it's like 6-minute, 10-minute max videos with the hands from the knockouts, which is kind of fun. So have added that. We do have that, and I will have more of that for you. And look at this 9-10, gonna cut the losses, gets away, doesn't double up the aces there. So off a short stack, he does find a way to lose, but look, to lose a minute. Look at, we were just saying, it's going to be hard for Andrew to get better than fourth. But now all of a sudden he's basically tied for third. So it's wide open still.
But what would you have done in that position with aces, with that hand? I would have called Dominic instead of like pushed him. But
I don't mind it. I mean, he got to find out where he was at, so he loses some chips, but he didn't double them up, and he, I think it was a pretty well played hand. So yeah, I think he got away fairly cheap.
yeah, I understand. But I mean, for Andrew, why would he push in that position, push for an all in instead of just calling Dominic?
Yeah, it's close on this. If they were deeper, he probably would have raised less or not raised. But at the same time, like that's what you want, right? You want your opponent who has top pair or a draw to pay, and you don't want to let them get
Or
there
get
for
out.
free. Now, if you
Yeah.
have a set, it's a much
Yeah.
different hand. Like you said earlier with the force on the 4-5 queen, like you're not worried about something happening. But when you have 9-10, when you have aces, like you don't, your opponent hits his two
Don't wanna
pair,
hit-
you're beat.
yeah.
But when you have fours, you have basically the nuts. Like you almost
Yeah.
can't lose to so many hands. So it's very different
Makes sense.
spot. But yeah, you could argue to get a little cuter to try to maybe get more chips or let him bluff.
No, you're right. You're right. Makes sense. What's going on, Ace King? Yep.
Yeah, this is again four-handed, too tight to call. We are, again, this has gone very fast. I'm gonna announce the winner here in a second for the 50. Then we'll queue up the $100. If you're coming to the Bahamas, type of B in the chat. Hope to see you there. Please say hello. Did some vlogs last year debating on doing it, but I kind of want to just focus in on the 26K and really, the vlogs take a lot of time. It's the same thing, man. You know how it is. Like if you're social media and all these things, you want to focus on just fighting, just playing, just doing what you do. So I'm hoping to do it, but I'll be honest. I'm 38. I got the two little kids. It's a fight for the free time. It's a little less, but I've done a lot of. I enjoy the journey of doing the YouTube vlogs, doing the social media stuff. But it does take a lot out, right? From doing just
100%,
focus on
100%.
playing. I got a lot of respect for the people out there that stream on Twitch, that play, that you do YouTube and play, because it's not just a matter of filming it. You got to edit it. You got to get the word in. You got to do all this stuff. And I don't want to say burnt out, but it's a lot of work out there. And there's so many great content creators now in poker, which is awesome. So many cool podcasts and a lot of great stuff out there. It's a young man's young person's sport and game, though. I'll tell you what, it is. These are three real hands here: ace king suited, ace nine suited, jack queen. Queen gonna outflop everybody. Wow, does have pretty good equity against those hands, though. They're sharing the ace, and he is gonna take the lead here.
Checks. Vladimir thinks he probably has a pretty good hand, so he might. Oh, okay. I thought he might kind of push a little bit. Dominic's still setting the trap again.
Jack queen. Yeah, he's gonna come ahead and protect. Decides with no bet by Vladimir there that he doesn't have a spade either. Likely could be a flush draw out there. And ace nine and ace king suited. Wow, what a huge hand. Doesn't get to showdown. Doesn't win. Got out flop. Valdemar again. Valdemar started in second. He is currently in second. He is executing a really nice game plan. He got won last week, his third title out of the remaining players. Dominic Niche has 2 seconds, no title. You got Revo, who has never even made a final table. He is still your chip leader. And Andrew, who has no prior win. So it's either Valdemar going to be a repeat champion, or we will have a new champion today. And we are over 100. I'm going to announce the winner. It is.
Are we going to get a call, or are we going to get a shove here with those jacks? Let's see what's going to happen.
All right, we crossed 100 thumbs up. We got over 500 live. Watching jacks is going to go ahead and put the pressure. Another small raise going to take it down.
Oh, nice. So you're gonna be playing in the Bahamas, Jeff?
Yeah. 25K. 25K, and then there's a few other tournaments there that I'll be playing as well. So
Nice.
I will be there and playing. Yeah. Last year, like I said, they had a 10 mil guaranteed. I got 50th, I think, on the dot. I got to look at I got 50th, but it was.
When is the last time you won a like a crazy or you got to the final table in a good tournament?
Hold that thought. Ace 9, Ace Queen. Ace 9 is behind Ace Queen to the river. We're going to be three-handed. Is a pretty big favorite. Needs help. It is a deuce, and that is not enough. Baltimore going to knock out the man, Andrew, in fourth. We are guaranteed 3 left. Everyone guaranteed. What's that? Almost 200K. 198.8. Big money up top. And I'm going to queue up the next giveaway here in a second. And that is a absolute massive hold there. And to answer your question, my largest score on a tournament is 414,000. I've had like 7 World Series final tables, but no, not a bracelet. I got second once, was all in ace jack to king 10 to win. Didn't get it. And then I ended up taking second. But yeah, like I said, I play a lot less tournaments now. That was back. I used to play a lot when I was like 21 to 27, and then, focus more on family business and do this every week. I have a podcast every week that I put out episodes and stuff, but I try to get to play tournaments when I can. I go to Vegas for like the main event each year and maybe like 2 weeks. I used to go for 6 every summer though. Now I go much less.
Yeah, of course. Family time. You need that family.
Yeah. It's, tournament, as you said, same thing for you. Like, it's hard to play a tournament because they last sometimes 3-4 days, right? If you're going to go deep, it's a big commitment. It's a big commitment. Well, there is a 3-way, and we will cue this giveaway. Let's see. Man, I got to say, this has been impressive. Revo, so kind of what we expected, right? The 3 of the top 4, 1 and 2 are still here, who started 1 and 2. And then Dominic was in 4th, and he's in 3rd. But their 3rd and 4th stacks were like 8 blinds different. So this has been pretty predictable so far today, right? No huge underdog or short stack making it. Last week we had a couple of shorter stacks do really well, but so far these guys have taken care of business and done a good job just sort of moving up and securing the money so far. So again, everyone here almost guaranteed 200K.
Ooh. You might have a flush draw right there. Against the second 7 deuce. Small bet. Revo's gonna get out.
King deuce, jack, or deuce 7, no pair, no draw. Feels like a good time to fold. I will cue that again. 3 left, no deal making. That's different on GG. Normally, if you make a big final table or any final table, there is an option. If you click deal, if all players agree to look at a deal, they will provide what your chips are worth and what the prize pool is worth, and you can then say yes or no to a deal. Sometimes you can even give up money, right? So let's say like Dominique wanted to make a deal 3-handed right now, and they all agreed. Dominique might say, hey, look, I got the most experience. I think I'm the best player. I want more than what the chips suggest. And then he can make an offer and they can do that. That happens at tournaments sometimes. I think,
nice.
but here, the GGMillion does not facilitate a deal. They just want a pure play it out, no deals, no whatever, because there's standings. There's going to be some really cool updates for the next season starting in January as well. But they just want to like have a pure results, pure wins, no deals. And it happens live too. Players make deals and then they like go all in blind or whatever to win because the money's already locked up and do that. But here, this is just strictly play, and it's you play it out to a winner. So again, 3 left, and we will be doing that. And again, appreciate everyone coming in. A lot of familiar faces, a lot of new faces. Let us know where you're watching from the world. I'm in Miami. Rico is in the Netherlands. And we will hopefully both be in the Bahamas soon. I'm going to be going in a few days. I've been to Bahamas so many times. I love it, but it's there's 2 great casinos there now, Atlantis and Baha Mar. Baha Mar is like pretty new, and Atlantis has been there for a long time. Both really nice places.
I haven't been there yet, so I hope I'm going to be there next week.
Yeah, we're gonna talk after. I think that's worth considering for sure. We're gonna have to see what that looks like and figure it out. But I think you said it's like you have direct to Miami, right, from Amsterdam?
Yeah.
Bahamas. It's a beautiful place. It's a
No, I've
beautiful.
been there once, so I'm ready to revisit.
Make the return. Make the return. Where normally the title boxing fights? Which country do you normally are they normally done? Is it does it vary?
Yeah, well, I think a few years ago there were a lot in the U.S. Now it's more in the Netherlands. The last few have been in the Netherlands, and then yeah, we just like sell out full stadiums, 25, 30,000 people. So
Sick.
yeah, it's
Very
crazy.
very cool.
It's crazy for
Do you get
everybody
nervous or is it
that's
all fun? Do you
interested.
ever like do you feel that when you walk out, is it do you ever get a
Of
little bit
course,
like
it's
butterflies or is it yeah,
always it's so nerve-wracking because I do everything to the point perfect that it just like stresses me out because I have no excuses. If I lose, I have no excuse. Bro,
yep,
the only excuse I would have is that I got surprised. So that's my bad as well. Or my
yep.
opponent was just better. So both of those excuses suck. So it's just me. I can only look in the mirror, and that just applies more pressure. But yeah, that works for me. That gets me focused, gets me going. And for everybody that's interested in checking out the fight or a highlight of the fight, check out my Instagram at Rico Verhoeven. And yeah, you can see all the things I've done. You can see the fights, you can see the acting. So having fun with that as well.
That's awesome. Yeah, no, it's that's amazing. Do you will you take another fight on soon or do you know or how does that work? When you get to decide on how that works, someone challenges you or
Yeah, we actually they were talking about a crossover fight with Francis Ngannou, so that might
hmm,
be interesting. So
big name.
we're talking to the Saudis about doing something. So let's see what life has in store for us.
That's definitely a good region to get in for a fight over there. I'm sure that would be a nice opportunity. That's for sure. I went to Dubai for the first time
Definitely.
last year, actually with Karate Combat. They threw a major event there at the tennis arena. It was pretty sick. And
Yeah,
I was asking you if it might how that works out or if it's similar. But I think yeah, I know they're doing a lot of stuff now in the UAE, Abu Dhabi, and there, and
yeah.
it's definitely that region's getting pretty into to
I
the
saw
sport
Luke
combat stuff.
Rockhold do a fight. He's a friend of mine. I saw him doing a fight there as well.
Yep, that's exactly
Yeah.
right.
Who knows? Who knows what's happening? I don't know.
Yeah, it is. You know, they're getting casino there too. Near for the first time ever, Wynn's opened a casino in um, just outside of Dubai, maybe like an hour or
Really?
45 minutes outside. Yeah, 26. So it's gonna be crazy. It'll be like the Macau back in the days. You know, it's just gonna be like
Yeah.
Wild West, crazy stuff going on over there, and should be
Yeah.
amazing. So yeah, I'm looking forward to going over there. That'll be coming up here. I just heard about it, but it is official. Yeah,
Oh, nice. Really
yeah.
nice. Really
Four
nice.
deuce makes a pair. Hard to make a pair. Deuce is good. King high, no diamond. Does he want to take a stab? Try to bluff? Maybe get a deuce or an eight to fold.
Yeah.
Let's see. No, doesn't want to. Wants to try to show down king high. Deuce four. Happy to show the deuce. Gets it. No need to bluff and has it. Yeah, that's 5.6, 7.6, 2.2. Dominic now the short stack. He's gotten second twice. No title. He's got his work cut out in third, the shortest right now. As we see the
This might
$100
go.
ticket gonna once we get the heads up, I'll cue it up here shortly. The $100 giveaway. Appreciate everyone who's hitting the thumbs up, who's enjoying, who's letting us know where they're watching from. We see a very international crowd today. Some Rico fans. We had Revo, chip leader, still chip leader. Revo John is who is in charge of the chips right now. He has got the most, but I guess he's got basically this. He's got what second and third has combined, right? He's got 7.5. They got 5.42 million. So he's in a good position, but Baltimore still a very healthy stack.
Ooh, we got a straight right there. Baltimore just
Straight. Queen King would need a jack
yeah.
to improve.
That would be crazy if a jack now comes out.
He's going to blow him off. He's going to make a big bet there. Interesting. Maybe deciding that
No flush.
you would put some hands in a tough position where
Yeah.
they'd have a difficult decision to make, but that one was not. Does fold for that price. 310 suited, 5-3 suited. and a raise. Dominique getting a little bit short. Suited hand, nice hand, closing the action, but 5 high, not so fun. Let's see if he's going to peel here or not. Sort of close. He does do it, and he misses. Both players completely miss.
Revo gonna go for a little value bet. See where he stands. Yep. Fold. Yeah. Can't do nothing with 3-5. What's next? Sixes for Dominic.
Sixes and queen jack, 2 decent hands. Again, 3-handed, huge difference between 8-handed, down 3-handed queen jack and sixes, 2 pretty big hands, modest to good hands in a 3-handed game. Queen jack going to decide, likes to see a check back, doesn't want to raise, get blown off, get re-raised, so he just calls. And sixes, which would have re-raised all in if it got raised, now starts betting and is way behind, needs a 6 and a 6 only. Running diamonds no good. I guess 3-4 would be good. Hard to hit runners, but queen jack starts out with a lead and is gonna go ahead and raise.
Probably get out of here, right?
Yeah, it's close though. You see one, maybe see if he slows down, because he could be raising like, you know, king 3 of diamonds or some suited hand, semi bluffing with diamonds. Also could have like ace 5 and just decide to try to get control of the hand. But I think tough spot. There's only one over and you have sixes. It's tricky. I don't mind calling one, but yeah, it's not a good spot, right? You're kind of guessing now.
Yeah, you don't have too many chips, so it's like, yeah, you get in a hard spot.
Yep, and 440 now the turn. This is a spot where Dominique's thinking, do I want to call one more and then check, see if he slows down the river? Do I give it up here? And he does decide to get out of the way. So he does lose a fair amount of chips. Down to 1.3. Our chip leader is getting close between 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Dominique, jack 3 suited off 13 big blinds. And again, kind of close to play or not. Does fold. 3-9, jack 5. This is, again, when you get to see the cards face up, you get to kind of see how hard it is to get good cards, right? To get good hands, which is a nice reminder why being aggressive is generally, you know, good. You don't want to just be blindly aggressive, but in general, aggression does reward. And there's a 3-9 off. This is the exact reason you raise a hand like this, because you get a hand that's better than yours, but also not very good to fold. So usually when a good rule of thumb is in these spots, blind on blind, when someone limps, your worst hands you want to raise and your best, and then sort of the middling hands like a jack queen off, like we saw, check back, right? That's sort of a good default strategy here, as ace 8 probably just going to rip it all in. No other real reason to get cute. You just have the best hand a lot. Maybe a worse hand calls you. You're happy to pick up the chips. And the jack 8 suited, also another playable hand. Queue up the $100 ticket in a sec. Appreciate you. I see a lot of familiar faces. Yeah, this is a nice purse today. 325 to first, 325,000, and king 8, jack 8. King 8 gonna be clearly in the lead. We went really fast to get to 3, so this has gone fast. Now all of a sudden, again, players a little deeper. They have a little more playability. Dominique is short, but the other players have chips, and you know, a lot of money at stake. What's the jump between third and second? We're talking about
50K.
5,000.
Yep.
70,000 between first and second. It's 7 buy-ins between first and second.
Yeah, that's serious money. Yeah.
King 8. Not much going on here.
No. Yeah, Revo just gonna get out of there.
King 8. Just a little bet. Nothing crazy. Revo John, jack high. Thinking ace king 4 is jack high. Could be good, but doesn't want to raise, doesn't want to fold. Doesn't want to call, doesn't want to raise. Gets out of the way. Makes sense. Dominique, it's on you. He has got a move to make. This is awkward. 11 big blinds, and he's got king 9. He's going to min raise. If ace 10, I think pretty certainly he's just going to go all in.
Yeah, Revo's gonna push him.
Yeah, he's covering by a lot. He's going to have the best hand a lot. Of course, the min raise a little scary that he's going to have something very strong. But again, we just calls. I don't love that, but as played, he might end up getting more chips. Does open himself up to get bluffed. or out flopped. But in this case, not happened so far. You know, this is why the little bit of a problem with calling. You're sort of like, yeah, now you let your opponent get there. So if he had shoved, you would take it down.
Yep.
And now he is on the turn, and he's likely going to lose a decent pot and maybe even just have to fold, even though, again, if he folds now, at least he's behind. But big swing there for Dominique, getting to realize his equity, peel a king. And what a gin card for him.
Like 200,000. Yeah. 240.
And again, tricky because you actually have the gut shot and you beat hands. You beat Jack 10. You block that though. You have a 10. You beat club draws. You don't have a club. Oh, wow.
Oh my God.
Whoa. The gutter peels it. The nut Broadway, although the board's paired, this is effectively the nuts in this scenario. Yeah, you lose the queens, kings, jacks. There was a min raise pre-flop, but what a river. And I mean, I think, you know, king 9, you value bet against queen X, Jack X. I think you just have to value bet all in. It's only 575. You don't expect your opponent. Yeah, there it is. Gonna get snapped off. And Dominique, gonna be our third place finisher. Great performance. He started in 4th, finishes 3rd. He's gonna add about another 200K to his GG earnings and his GGMillion resume. And we are heads up for the whole deal now. Heads up play as we see. This is the money on the table. We see what's going on. It's fanned out. This is for the title, the glory. Revo, John, and Voldemar started 1 and 2. They're currently 1 and 2. And who do we have? You picked Revo, right? And I picked Voldemar?
Yep.
So we each got a player left. I mean, what else do you want? This is down to the wire. $100 giveaway. Let's get it loaded up here.
Oh my God, guys. That jack on the river was the knockout shot right there.
I'm doing the keyword right now. It's going to be GG, WSOP, Bahamas, and then underscore. Enter your GGPoker username, and that will be that. Just have to put it once, twice max. Please don't spam it. And I will also get my tweet. I'm going to announce the Twitter giveaway here shortly. I got to get the link one more time for you guys, so you guys getting the guessing who's going to win. Again, doesn't have to be right. Just retweet, put that up. And we will get that queued up for you guys as well.
Let's get it.
This is it. Heads up. Now we can talk your language. Kickboxing 1v1. This is now no more, you know, you don't have to worry about this guy raising, this guy 3-betting. This is pure. This is what they say. Heads up poker is pure. Pure poker. There's no other. This is it. Mano a mano. You can see their stats. Pretty similar. 36% VPIP, 35 VPIP, 25 pre-flop raise, 24. It's almost the same stats, these guys, Revo, John, and Voldemar. You can see the earnings on GGPoker for GGMillion. No earnings in the GGMillion before today for Revo and Voldemar. 3 million, 3 titles. Will we have a repeat champ or will we have a new champ today? Revo has the lead. Who do you got? Who do you think wins it? I mean, you picked Revo, but I'm just saying, take away your pick, which that's our dinner pending. Who do you think wins?
Revo is just like you said, for me, he feels like the newcomer, but like he's been doing so good since the beginning of starting the final table. He's still chip leader, but yeah, Baltimore has he just has the experience. So I'll still give it to the newcomer just because he's new, he's coming, and yeah, let's go. Voldemar, he won last week as well. So
yeah, back to back is just a bit. It's a bit much, right? Like, come on, this guy's never won a title.
That's what they keep telling me. That's what they keep telling me. You keep winning. You keep winning. Stop it. Stop it.
That's true. I mean, I guess you got to. It depends which side of the camp you're on. Do you want someone new, or do you want to see the sort of just like the elite be elite? It's. I think we're split. Tell me a 1 if you want Revo, 2 if you want Voldemar to win, and again, good luck on the giveaways. We got a $100 and a $50 on my Twitter, Jeff Gross Poker. Appreciate you guys. Give Rico a follow as well. You're more active, you said, on Instagram, right? It's more. That's more your thing. But you also have Twitter.
Actually recently also starting on Snapchat. Also just at Rico Verhoeven. So just having fun with it, and yeah, more active on Instagram. Just sharing my life and more daily stuff on Snapchat. Just like I said, having fun with it.
Very cool. All right. Well, there you go, guys. Give him a follow.
Oh, guys, tell me, what do you think? What do you think? Is it going to be Revo? Is it going to be Voldemort? Is it going to be back-to-back champ? Or is it going to be the newcomer?
It's
Tell
hard,
us.
man. It's hard to go back to back, but he's right there. It's
He's on a
pretty
good
even,
run.
9.4 to 5.5. We got a dinner on the line here. I got Voldemort. You got Revo. 9.4. It's about 2 to. It's a what's a 3 to 2, right? He's got 6 mil to 9. So yeah, 3 to 2 lead. Not much. It's not much separating, right? That's a pretty even. One double up. It's even like a huge lead. So he's it's tight, very tight. Both players with the pair here. King 7, King Deuce. Could get expensive for Valdemar, although the ace is out there and the 7. So let's see. He's going to call. He's got the King of Clubs as well. Certainly going to be playing. Definitely. Oh, he's going to check raise. Wow. Bit aggressive.
Like I said, he has the experience. So Revo's not scared.
Not scared. Going to get in there. King 7 holds on. Understands the value of a pair and heads up. The computer hand. I told you that earlier in the show. Did you catch that? Did I tell you what the dead middle hand is? What's the name for the computer hand? The nickname.
You're asking me?
Yeah. Did you hear? I mentioned it once quickly.
You mentioned it. You mentioned it, bro. Did you see the fight? Did you see how many times I got punched to the head this Saturday?
I'll say it again. I'll mention it again. Queen 7. That is the
Queen 7. That's what I do.
hand.
Yeah, Queen 7.
That's like the dead average hand. So again, both hands better than Queen 7 to start. Both made a pair. King Deuce. Does he want to bluff here? Does he realize he might need to bluff because he's got the club? He has a deuce, but maybe this. I know he's going to check, and I think King 7 going to be happy to check.
I gotta take no risk. Boom. Revo's gonna take those chips. I'm gonna go to the next hand.
Zoran S in the chat asked me, why is it hard heads up? I'm saying it's hard to win. Like, it's just, I mean, there's 150 entries this week. It's impressive to get to heads up back-to-back weeks, and it's hard to close it. But yes, now that he's here, and it's close to even in chips, like, yeah, he's actually a 2-to-1 dog. It's still going to be hard for him to win, but that's, I'm just saying it's impressive. It's definitely, it's not like, tennis or a one-on-one. You play matches like you win, it's 50-50 roughly, you're a favorite or not. Here, when you got 150 contestants to win it twice in a row or plus around that, it's very difficult to do, right? You got to run good, you got to play good. It's very difficult to do.
Yep. Really impressive.
Yeah, we are going to see to the winner. Queen 8 has a gut shot straight. King Deuce does have the best hand, best position, and backdoor flush draw. Let's see if he's going to want to bet or check. I think both reasonable. Goes for a check. Queen 8 certainly not folding with a gut shot and an over to the jack. So let's see what he comes with. Goes with a call. Good card for Revo. Has the best hand now, has the best draw. How many concussions? Do you have some diagnosed concussions?
No.
Nope.
They'll try to slip as many punches as possible. But that's like, if you ask me something and I don't know it, that's the best excuse. It's just like, yo, I'm getting punched to the head, bro.
That's definitely leeway. I'll give you some leeway. Yeah, there we go. We are at a second break, and we'll see. It's heads up play. Can we go the distance? How much more will it take? Will we see a repeat winner from last week or a new champion? We'll be back 1 minute after the break.
In case you haven't noticed, we're into breaking records at the World Series of Poker. Bigger and better is just how we roll. We did it this summer, as you saw, with the main event. Speaking of the main event, the WSOP just had a super idea for this year's WSOP Paradise in the Bahamas. For the first time ever, WSOP will host the super main event, a $25,000 buy-in with the biggest guarantee in the history of poker. Wait, is that number right? 50 million? What? 50 million? You guys are nuts, for real. Huge prize pools, massive water slides, fun for the whole family, and the chance to hunt bracelets with the beautiful backdrop of the Bahamas beaches just a few sandy footsteps away from the poker room. 15 bracelets will be on the line with buy-ins ranging from $2,500 up to $1 million. Yes, you heard that right, a $1 million buy-in. The WSOP has partnered with the Triton Millions to bring the largest poker tournament in WSOP history back home. So what are you waiting for? Come make history with us again at WSOP Paradise.
We are back. This is it. This is for the title. Again, going to be a 4-time winner for Voldemort or a first time for Revo. Who do you want? R or V? Who gets it done? It's close. We got to give the experience to Baltimore here, but the chips to Revo, it does make a big difference, right? You can sustain an all in, you cover. It's probably pretty even. I'd say slight advantage of Revo just with the chip lead. Although, again, three-time winner. It's hard to close. It's hard to get that win. It's hard to actually get it done. And we're gonna see here pretty shortly who is gonna win. I will announce the winner for the winner of the $100 ticket. And we'll do that once we get up to 130. We're at 113. Guys, got to hit that thumbs up. Be subscribed to the channel, and my Twitter giveaway for 50 cash. I'm going to go ahead and pick here in the next 5 minutes. So give you guys one last time that link for 50 in cash. And again, please give a follow to Rico on Instagram, Twitter, socials. You mentioned the other snaps.
Yep. Thank you, guys. Oh, no. Is Revo going to get in trouble in this one? I think so. Try to bluff here.
And I mean, the thing is, ace 5 suited, you have the flush draw. There's a boat possible very easily. So you just call. I mean, ace high, the best hand a lot. He knows that. He is going to call. King on the river. Not a bad card for ace high because king high probably would be checking, thinking they're good. So I think this is actually, if he thinks he's good on the turn, he's probably going to think he's good on the river. This card shouldn't change much. And nice.
Oh, he loses.
I think good no bluff. I think it's a good no bluff and a good call on the turn there. It's going to even us up a little more. 6 million, 9 million.
Ooh, AK.
Big hand heads up. Big hand. Way ahead of that queen 7 average. 7-3. Going to miss. Backdoor diamonds. Ace king, top pair, top kicker.
In Valdemore's position, would you check now just to get him into trouble, or?
No, because you're gonna get called by worse kings, worse queens, Jack 10, a lot of draws, heads up, you bet wide. So I think I wouldn't trap that specific hand. Maybe like top set or middle set. You'd want to get a little bit cute, but again, vulnerable hands and just want to be in position and betting most if you have or don't. So it's nice when you do have it, you get to bet and hopefully get called. So yeah, I think I like the bet there.
Okay.
Jack 9, Jack 8. No one with a pair. Both have overcards. Jack 9 is in the lead. Deuce 3, 7, 4 is the board. Jack 8 suited. Doesn't want to just bet. No real draw. Just the random 2 overs. Could go for a big bet. Wow, real big bet. That's an over bet. One of the first over bets we've seen, but does go ahead and execute it. Nice hand. And 5, 4, 4, 6. Pretty not nice starting hands, but again, it is heads up. You close the action at all times, so you kind of want to see flops, and both players going to miss here. 6 high, the best hand. Going to be unlikely to get to showdown. Small bet, I would imagine, on the Jack Deuce Deuce, and this should just go bet fold. And again, sort of illustrating the power position. I don't think 4-6 is going to get involved. Could get tricky, but no, just fold. Yeah, they're still pretty deep. You see the blinds, 6120K.
Yeah.
And we will play to a winner. No deal making, as we've mentioned. And you can see the stats on the side. Big favorite, 3 million in earnings to 0 on GGMillion earnings. 3 titles to 0. Revo came in a 2-1 lead. This is actually pretty wild that they're the first, second, and they actually came in first, second with a similar chip stack where it was 150 blinds to 80. Now it was about a 2-1 lead as well. So everything sort of just shifted along from start to finish at this final table, and see if we get a surprise with Baltimore going to win or if the chip leader will keep on. And this is a nice
straight here for Revo
and a big straight draw for the King 10.
Yeah. This might gonna cause some trouble.
Yeah, definitely not folding with the King 10 of diamonds.
Definitely not.
I just call. And a
Again, we got the Jack on the river.
That's a dirty run out. That is dirty. That is very dirty.
Oh, Revo's gonna lose a lot of chips here.
Well, as played, he's gonna bet. So when he gets raised, he probably won't call. And Valdemar, I mean, he has the second nuts, loses the queen 10, but likely just put a small raise in here, like 1.5, I would imagine. You do lose to queen 10, but
Yeah.
1.8.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not any other draws. So like there's no flush draw that was on the turn. You bet now the obvious 10 draw open-ended.
Rico might call here. He might call here. Think like, would he really have that 10? Would he be that lucky? Yes, he is.
It's close. It's close. I think he's definitely, it's like a 50-50 here. I don't know. I want to think he's going to fold, but you know, it is heads up. So hard to make a hand. He's made it straight, and now the river.
Yeah, exactly. So I think he's like, nah, he's not going to have that 10. It's going to be, he might.
The thing is, though, what bluffs does he have? He could get you off a chop. Maybe he's got a 6. Like, he's not going to raise 2 pair a set here. So it's like, what is he just bluffing? I guess he could have like a queen X as a bluff or a jack X as a bluff that he's turning into a bluff that he realizes needs to. But nice. Dead even. We have got ourselves a dead even heat. 7.5 apiece. Too close to call now.
Revo's in trouble.
Queen 5, 10, 3. Momentum shifting.
Yep.
Did make a good fold though, right? I mean, that's not an easy fold. Make a straight, get rivered, your heads up. Player could have a wide range. So I got to give him credit for making a good fold.
Yeah. That's just nasty right there. 4-5, king 8. Oh my God. Voldemir's literally like hitting everything. He's in a run right now. He's in a good flow.
Good time to get hot. That's for sure. That is a nice time to get moving. He is in a little bit of a heater. And that's what we're saying. Heads up, man. It's not much, right? There's not a lot separating your 3-2. Now all of a sudden it's tied. Now wow. Did he float? What happened there? He bet the 4-5. Wow.
Yeah. And now he just hit a 2 pair.
Wow.
Ooh, full house. Don't start. Do anything, Revo. Just stay.
Does he want to bet small and induce, or does he just check? This is similar to that other time. You just worry you get to let him check back an ace. So he does bet. And honestly, the 4-5 with the heart, he could consider re-raising, but he is just going to cut his losses there. And we have a new chip leader. I think for the first time in a long time, there is the chip leader Voldemort with a little separation between first and second.
Come on, Revo. Hold on. Yep. There we go. Boom. AK.
Big hand though. This is 6-9 suited. He's gonna limp. Interesting. Setting a little bit of a trap with the ace king and 6-9 suited. This might work. He might shoot it up. He doesn't. He out flops the ace king now, but ace king still, in position. Doesn't have to go crazy here. Could bet or check. I think betting makes more sense. He bets, and 9-6 again. Feeling good. Got middle pair. Backdoor draws.
The last 5 hands, he's just been losing chips.
That's a tough turn card because this is if ace king decides to start bluffing, okay, slows down. So again, another decent bit of composure. Doesn't just decide to start going, doesn't just start going crazy. So probably same thing, probably realizing going for value, and he could bet big, right? Like, this is a good spot to bet big because if you have queen 10, 10-8, you miss. And I think that there's a chance ace king calls here. It is heads up. Ace king's a strong hand. You beat everything but a bluff. And he does make a good fold. 9 million to 6. So it's flipped all of a sudden. You still feel good about Revo? You sticking with it? Voldemort sort of shifted the tide a bit.
Revo's gonna get back. Come on, I'm
feeling it. Revo and Rico.
But the thing is, like, Voldemort's is also just getting the nice playable cards because Revo's just been, he's been getting good hands like Ace King and just getting flops out. I don't know. Come on, Revo. I believe
this has got the potential. This has got a potential for a massive pot. I mean, this is ace 9. Jack queen suited. All right. Well, he just calls.
Ooh. Come on, Revo.
He's
All right, we
smart.
got 12 more people until we hit the giveaway at 130 plus. I will announce the $100 ticket winner. There's an 8 and Queen Jack suited.
Let's
This
give
is
the
a
queen.
interesting, very
Let's do the
interesting,
queen. Let's
interesting
give him the
board.
queen. Give him
Queen
the
would be
2 pair.
nasty. That is the action card. Ace 9 does beat hands. Does beat hands. Queen King. Not a lot of hands though. Not a ton of hands it's beating. It is open-ended and it has ace high. Does call.
Oh, let's
Like
go. That's the fire. I told you. I said it.
That's the money card. That is the money card. Top 2 versus the straight. Now let's see if Voldemort goes for like 350, some sort of bet, realizing he's beating pretty much everything but a straight. Depending on the sizing on the river, it goes big. This is just going to get called, not raised, but I don't think he's going to raise.
Come on, Revo.
I mean, you lose to King
a little bit. Make it. Let's go.
Wow, what a card! You asked and received. That was wild. That was the action card of the deck. He does understand. Oh man,
let's go. Let's go, Revo. Of course, one of your faults, but oh my god, I love it.
I'm a little surprised by the ship. I don't think he ever gets called by worse there. I would just raise like a little bit, but that was
okay. But
nice.
Here's like who knows? Maybe that's the inexperience. What do you think? Maybe that's because he's a little bit.
I'm just trying to think what he's going to call with there. I don't think he makes a call with 2 pair. Like he had exactly like one of the best hands other than a straight. So like what would he call with? But getting asked about my Portuguese, it's mais ou menos. I speak with my 5-year-old and dude, I've done like 600 something days of Duolingo in a row. So I understand a lot. I just don't speak fluently and I love it. It's a beautiful language, but yeah, gotta learn poker first, right, Rico? There's many things. Do you speak other languages? Do you speak like 9 languages? I feel like in the Netherlands, it's common. People speak multiple. You speak 2 at least? No, 2 we know.
No. I started off learning German and French as well. It's cool, but that's been a while. So it's pretty much English. Like I said, I know a little bit of German, a little bit of French, but not too much. Just basics.
To get by, yeah, but it's pretty common in Netherlands, right? It's one of the countries I'd say a lot of people.
Yeah, we're so small. We have to, we have to know everything and talk to everybody.
Yep. Jack 10.
Oh, we just had an exciting hand, guys. Damn, that was some fire. Too bad Revo just pushed everything in, but yeah, it's also he just thought like let's see if we can get a quick win, but Voldemort is just a little too experienced.
That was the action card. You asked for it.
Yeah, got it. It definitely was. We asked for it. We got it. We got a little bit of action, but
he did get the river bet. We're very close to even again. Voldemort going to call with Jack high. Interesting. King 6-6, thinking that he beats still a lot of hands and probably is it. I don't mind calling here. Ace Deuce just going to check and win. Check and win. Got a bit of value. Nice hand. Those stats are so similar. You see on the left and right, that shows you from Sunday what their stats were. That means VPIP voluntarily putting one in the pot. That's 36% to 35. Pre-flop raise, that means a quarter of the time it's 8-handed that they're opening. They're pre-flop opening the hand. And then the 3-bet stat is about the same too, 10 and 7. That means they're re-raising and open. So, pretty similar numbers. These guys look like they play a fairly similar style. They both know what they're doing. And someone's going to get an extra $70K and a title or a 4th for Voldemort if it'd be number 4 at that. King 10, King 4. He's got the worst hand. He's betting. King 10 going to call. Makes a nice call. 8 on the turn.
King 4. What are you going to do? Ooh.
What is it gonna be? What is it gonna be, guys?
So
gonna do a little bet just to see where he's at, or is he just gonna?
But he realizes he's probably beat here. Likely going to be showdown on that board, right? Like 6-7 or 10 Jack's going to bet. So I think he kind of realizes. Yeah, that's interesting that he checked the King 4. I guess thought he had enough showdown, but yeah, does take it down and 9.6 again for Revo with the lead. 150 played this tournament, Philip. Good to see you. That was not every week. It varies, but that was last week. So 1.5 million in the prize pool here today. This can be over in one hand. The blinds have gone up. You can see the upper left, how often that's moving. can see that we are again playing to a winner. We have seen a very strong final table. We saw a couple knockouts right away. Been an action packed, and again, getting to see some of the world's best play. Revo, we're a little more unfamiliar with. Baltimore, we know, has a great pedigree, and if he's able to win, he did even it up. Now he's short again. He is covered.
Oh, Revo's putting himself in trouble. He's betting in position, but with a bad hand.
Wow. Well, Jack Queen does what happened there? This is a big pot. 10-6 is speeding a little bit here.
Yeah, because he's pushing in position and now I think
no equity bluff though. It's not a semi bluff. It's nice when you got like one club or some sort of something. He just really didn't have anything. He rivered a pair, decided he could show it down. Wasn't good enough, and we are still moving here. Ace deuce 7-9 suited, both playable hands. Heads up, I'm happy with both these hands. See a nice suited connected cracker. Both players going to make a pair. Ace deuce in the lead. And 7-9 with backdoor heart draw and a 7 going to be calling. Using a bit of time bank. No player really short. There's actually another reason this has gone so fast. Is like you see how there's 9 minutes and 10 minutes on their clock, 9 and 9:45. Sometimes we see 0 on there. So like there's an extra 9 or 8 minutes per player, 5 minutes per player used. So this has been one reason why we have been a relatively quick final table. We are about 2 hours and 15 minutes in right now, and we are already heads up. So we could, again, 70K, 140K. Players aren't short, but it doesn't take much. You get eights and ace jack, and it can be over in a second.
Yep.
My biggest score in a tournament's 414,000. That was third place at a WPT Montreal.
Nice.
That was actually one of the sickest beats I took too, to go out or to be like, I would have knocked the player out, be heads up. I got in 4s against King 10 off, and it came Jack 8-4, 2 hearts. So I had a set of 4s. It was all in pre-flop, and I would have knocked him out, been heads up, and then it ran out Queen Ace. So he made a straight. I had a set, and then I ended up going out shortly after for second. But it was like 1,200 people, 3,500 buy-in. That was 2012. Yeah, that was. Yeah, but it's like you always remember. You probably remember the punches you got hit instead of the punches you throw. In poker, you remember the bad beats more, right? You remember when you got a nice shot to the eye, but when you give some good shots, you probably don't remember them quite as much. I'm sure there's a couple memorable ones you've given, but yeah, that's like true in a lot of things. You remember sort of more of the hardship or more the pain than the good stuff.
That's how it goes.
What's your favorite fight out of all the 13 titles? Which one is the most memorable? The first, the last, they all equal? How would you rate them?
I think the first time I became champion is the most memorable, because that's when I was 24, and that's when my actual dream became reality. So my life dream became reality, and you're 24. That is insane.
Yep. Yeah. How long were you training until that point? And when did you know it was a reality that you could have that you could be a champion? Was it like a year before, 4 years before? When did you know?
Actually, I did the year before, in 2012. It was in Japan. I was in the final 16, and it was a tournament. So it was all 4 fights in one evening. And in my second fight, I was fighting the current champion for the last 4 or 5 years, Semi Shield. He's huge. He's 2 meters and 13 centimeters. This guy's huge. I don't know how much inches and whatever that is, but he's huge. He's 140 something kilos, 130, 140 kilos. Yeah, and that was my second fight in the tournament. And after that fight, I lost on points, and he became champion again. He came back to the locker room and he said, "Yo, Rico, believe me, within 1 or 2 years, you're gonna be world champion." Like, wow. And
that's a nice vote of confidence.
He retired, and the year after, I became world champion. So that was insane.
That's awesome. Yeah, he knew it was his time to move along. He saw you coming hot and heavy there. Ace-6, Queen 3. No one with a pair. Ace-6 has the best hand, and certainly I think just going to call with this price. He's got ace high, block 6-8. Can't really fold, I don't think.
No,
although he probably thinks he's beat. Wow, interesting.
He folds anyway.
I would think he calls, but again, from his perspective, it looks strong, right? You have ace high. There's
Yeah.
5 random cards out there. Your opponent's betting. I can't blame him. Ace, king, queen, jack. Here's 2 real hands here.
Ooh, this is gonna be fireworks. Yeah.
Queen, jack, just call. Pretty big miss for both, but ace, king still in the lead. All right, 7 more thumbs up. 7 more people. Once we get to 130, we'll announce the $100 ticket, and I'm going to announce on Twitter my $50 winner here in 1 second. I'm just going to pick someone.
You got an ace for Furthermore. We need to. Come on. We need something. We need something to get this fire going.
Ace, king. He's got a gut shot, but that's not super attractive now. Queen, jack to call. You need a king that's not a spade. If somehow a king of spade comes, you might even not be good. He does.
Oh my God! Again.
Whoa.
Again.
No way.
Oh my God! He checks it. Oh, Revo's so smart. He checked it.
Oh my
Oh
goodness.
my God! This might be it. This might be it, Jeff.
Well, the
This
thing
might
is,
be
queen, jack, ace, king covers, so he's gonna, it's probably gonna go bet, raise, call. You're right, ace, king. I mean, there's no straight other than jack, queen. This is a nasty. Wow, he goes big.
God.
What a sick.
He's gonna go all in. He's gonna go all in.
Oh my goodness. And that, I mean, he can't blame. He's gonna call. I don't think he could possibly fold here.
But oh my God, again.
So crazy. What a he can't believe that he's like, what is this guy? 3x potting.
So
I got
good.
the nuts. What do you have?
Exactly. And he is so good. He's waiting like he's thinking like, oh, maybe I'm not calling, It's such a hard decision. I love it, Revo.
He's gonna be sick when he raises him. He's gonna be sick when he raises him. Wow.
Of course, he's gonna go. Oh, he's gonna push all in, and Voldemort is gonna do call, and he's gonna see it. Yep, and then he's gonna go call, and he's gonna bet. Wow.
The thing is, he's covered here, right? So he would still have chips, but not much. And I mean, he's got to be so. Can you imagine the agony here? Like your heads up. You beat ace-7, you beat ace-10, you beat all these value hands that he could shove. The one you lose to, he happens to have, and I don't see how he can fold, right? I don't see it. It's just you're just asking too much. Like it's just too hero of a fold. Like what about when he has ace-10? What about when he has king-10? He probably wouldn't shove that, but ace-7, ace-5, ace-10, he beats for value. He loses the queen jack.
Revo was waiting so long, so maybe he has.
Wow, here it is. He calls.
Exactly. There we go.
Down to 13. Wow, down to 238K. That is essentially your all-in hand. It is not over yet, but it's pretty much writing on the wall. If we're going to put the highlight winning hand, this might have to be a double clip, although 10-4 is behind ace-7. Can we have a new champion? 10-4, not going to be this hand. 99.9% needs the running 10s, as we are going to live on for. He makes 10s, but not enough. That is a massive hand. Wow. That was crazy. That was, you think, offsuit king.
Yeah.
Wow.
7 feet. Don't do it, Revo. Oh, why are you calling that? Just
7-3. It's just not a lot of chips. He's going for the win versus queen 6. Queen gonna double. He's coming back. He's coming back. He's clawing back in. Oh wait a second. The running. Ooh. No. All right, back to $1 million.
Come on, Revo. Stay smart.
Stay smart. Yeah. So this is like a knockout, man. Guy's on the ropes. He's teetering. It's almost over. But
you remember that Anthony Joshua fight? Anthony Joshua versus Daniel Dubois. He thought he had it. Boom, 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 boom. Get knocked out himself. Go to sleep. So
crazy.
Watch out, Revo. Stay smart. Oh, let's go. We got 10s.
10s to king, queen suited. This is a fair fight. This is a suitable hand. We just saw such a sick cooler to leave him on life support. He did just win 2 all-ins, but now 10s to king, queen suited. Can he pull it out again? This is going to be 5. We're going to see 5. 2 million in the middle. Rico, can he finish? Revo for Rico. Can he do it? Oh, my goodness. He's got queen. He's coming. Why? He needs to hit a river jack, or it is going to keep going. This is wild. We are seeing a spin. It's never over till it's over. This is like, it could be a 5-part knockout. He's up to 2 million. He's got chips. He's got 12 blinds. It is not over.
Revo. Get him.
Wow.
Exactly. All in.
Wow. Are you getting a little nervous there? I think we still dinner in Atlantis is not cheap, man. I gotta tell you, I'm sweating this. I'm hoping Palmier comes back because you got Revo, I got Rico. This is they got the tariff tax down there on the islands, man. I'm nervous, but it's not over. Baltimore is fighting.
Give
Won
me
the
a dinner
flip.
real quick.
Oh my goodness. This is not over. Do 7-7-10. Wow. That is. He was down to what, like 2 big blinds, 1 big blind? Yeah, I didn't mean to jinx anyone. I just you don't want to believe that he can really come back. I mean, it's just looking like here he goes, another good spot. He's going to win this pot. Yeah. Likely Revo takes a stab. He's going to save some chips here, I think, just with no equity. Decides not to bet. Again, good discipline. Don't tilt. That's a lot of excitement, man. That king, that offsuit king was so crazy.
Yeah, it was insane.
That was really crazy. That was really crazy.
Let's go.
Jack 7, Queen 5. Whoa, that's 32. It's top pair, middle pair. Could be some more chips going the other direction. I mean, it's never over till it's over, but this is looking like another pot that could go his way. Needs a jack or a 7, otherwise going to send some more chips the direction of Voldemort.
Yeah, he's going to get in trouble again.
100%. Could be. See if he's able to get some bets and still 5 outs, about 10%, 11% chance to hit, and potentially if a jack or 7 come and he calls here, that would be night. I think that would be. They're just too short and not much in the middle. Let's see if he's going to call or raising doesn't make a ton of sense. Just calls and a river doesn't improve. Another pot. Valdemar with the best hand on the river. And I think you get to just shove here, right? You get targeted jack, maybe a 3 gets sticky. Yeah, this is going to be a tough decision for Revo. What do you do if you're Revo here and he shoves? I mean, you do beat hands. You beat 9-10, King 10. You beat some turn heart draws. And, man.
It's
pretty close.
Yeah. Well, because you have so many chips and you think like there's already more than 1 million in, so you probably just call and see like you get second best hand, so why not? And then again you lose.
It's close though. You do lose to like Jack 8 even. So Jack would be. I'm sorry, no, Jack King. You need So he does call. I can't blame him for calling there. They're missed draws. You would need a Jack King, and he had to be better than that. He had the Queen. So there we go. 3.5. This is not a crazy lead anymore, man. This is a real spin up right now. He just like 17x the stack.
It's a nice hand. There's gonna be some fireworks as well.
Jack King, Jack 8. Ooh, both players with the gut shot. A 10 would be night, curtain call for sure. That would make the nuts for second nuts and heads up. That would be really dirty if a 10 comes. And if you, let's see, he's thinking about calling her check rate. Oh my goodness. That is curtain right there, guys. It's been a pleasure. That is night. Good night. Good night. The super coolers are out. That is, there's no path away.
Baltimore just like nasty little bit.
He's thinking he's got the full comeback, but he is going out for a night out. This is it. Wow.
Vladimir just thinks that, I'm gonna get him now. Let me wait. He's gonna shove them all in.
The 10 really
Rico's just gonna be boop.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, Revo can't believe this again. He's like, dude, I got the nuts again, and I'm just getting re-raised on, re-smashed on, and this is gonna be again just a call. And now
oh my God.
That is for sure. No spade, no board pair, just second nut, first nut, and Voldemort thinks he's trapping, thinks he's got a double coming for sure. But this is Revo for Rico. You picked him. You got him, and this is just going to be a formality. This is going to be all in a very quick call. No internet disconnect possibility. Just going to be all in, snap, GG, night, new time champion. It's all written here today. No drama on this one. This is it, and that is that. Boom. Rico.
Did it.
Rico for Revo got it done. Your first time champion picking up a 325 pack in there. Nice style. Everyone's got a style. His style. First final table, first win. gets it done. Hopefully, Rebo we see in the Bahamas, and hopefully Rico we see in the Bahamas. We're going to talk about that. But again, man, so much of a pleasure. I appreciate you taking the time, fresh off your 13th championship fight. You won, world champion kickboxer Rico Verhoeven in the mix. Give him a follow, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, all the good stuff. We hope to see you at the poker tables in the future. Thank you for the time over in Netherlands. I know it's over 10 p.m. at night. There's a look at today. First and second finished that way. Only 2.84 to 1. If you wagered, that would have been your odd in return. But again, the kind of chalk finish for the top two. Dominique Nietzsche, the 20 mil plus lifetime earning, picked up about 200 grand for his efforts. And everyone in the audience, legends, appreciate it. We gave away the tickets, $1,500. My Twitter, I'm giving away that one as well. And Rico, any takeaways? Did you learn something? Who impressed you? What was your final thoughts?
No, first of all, Jeff, thank you so much for having me. Had a lot of fun, and I learned some stuff as well. Like you said, like, nah, I would do this or I would do that in this and that situation. So like, oh yeah. When you explain it like that, it makes sense. So it's good for me. I wanna be ready, and I wanna be focused, getting in those tournaments and having fun with it, and hopefully getting as far as possible. So thank you so much for that. Thank you for having me and giving me the opportunity to be on your platform. Yeah, I'm ready for the next one. Let's get it.
I love it. Well, listen, you will see more Rico. I know, I could tell he had great instincts. He understood. He said he hasn't played many tournaments, played some cash games with friends. Thought your instincts were great, and I really, you got to see a special final table, some big names. Again, big prizes. This is the elite of the elite playing every week on Sunday, down to the final table. Love to have you on in the future. Hopefully we'll see you in the Bahamas. Definitely we'll see you in Vegas. And again, GGWSOP, biggest brand in the game, bringing you the biggest tournament, biggest prizes, biggest name, biggest guests. We'll see you next week on Tuesday, and I'll see you in the Bahamas next week. Cheers.
Stay tuned.
Thank you, everyone.
Stay tuned, guys, because you're going to see on my Instagram, you're going to see Jeff pay for dinner.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Good, man. See you.